live from Glens Falls, New York, the most prestigious award ceremony in wrestling today. Bigger than the TNA Hall of Fame, less ranked than the WWE Hall of Fame. It's the WCWTF Effie Awards. Your hosts tonight, Tyrell, the man of 1,004 names, Tyrell Jericho, Killer Greg, Megastar Mark, and your guest host, Cash.
Who's been insufferable this evening.
Musical guests, fan of the podcast, Jeff Jarrett, playing on Ty's phone from YouTube later this evening. It's the third annual Effie Awards.
Yay.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, we're just singing it.
Well, I'm going to play it later.
Oh.
It's called the post effect, Greg?
Yeah.
Okay, well, explain that to me.
Yeah.
What is this post affect?
It's when a guy goes in and gets his wiener cut off.
Oh.
So then he becomes a lady.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yep.
I don't think that's what it is at all.
That's not what that is? I'll Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WCWTF podcast. Tonight, we're talking about our third annual Effie Awards. It's the Effies. This is our annual. It's not really annual. I guess it's kind of annual.
It's annual.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
annual in the realm of the podcast. Sure.
Yeah, in the WCW timeline, it's annual, and it's close with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every 10 months or so.
This is where we talk about our year in review, where we talk about everything that happened in the last 12 pay-per-views, from Bash to the Beach to Great American Bash,
Right?
Just
Bash to Bash.
Bash to bash.
Bashing around the world.
Bash to bash. Bash
Well,
to bash.
No, that is
Is that not right?
close.
Okay.
I dig it.
Okay.
Ty's Jennifer Connelly in this situation.
Nice.
Ooh,
I'm
thank
other
you.
girl.
I'm
Larry.
You're
David.
David.
Not Larry David.
Not
No,
Larry.
no.
I'm Larry David. This makes me uncomfortable. That's my Larry David impression.
Larry David
That's
watching
pretty good.
Jennifer Connelly and Other Girl in Requiem for a Dream. I love it.
I don't know if I like this.
Kramer!
Kramer, what's going on?
So hello, everybody. I'm your host, the man of 1,004 names, Tyrell Jericho. You can find me at Twitter at 1,004 names.
You go.
I am Killer Greg. You can find me at Killer Greg17. Cash is continuing to be insufferable.
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. And I am Megastar Mark. You can follow me at Megastar Mark. It's right above my head. Boop, boop, boop. I'm like Mario.
Oh, whoa. Ka-ching.
That's right.
That's a stupid joke.
It's okay. I'm glad you tried.
Our sponsor tonight, brand new sponsor, very hype about it. Our sponsor tonight is actually Greg and Ty's Bad Movie Friday.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is like a real sponsor.
Now, I've heard
Yeah.
about them, and they're really good. And you should hear about them, too.
You should. It is a brand new YouTube show that Greg and I put on every Friday, where we talk about whatever bad movie we saw that Friday.
Yes, which we topically are skipping right now.
Well, why don't you
to record this for you.
give us some examples of what you've seen?
So, the episodes we have are The Commuter,
Den of Thieves,
Red Sparrow,
the
Scorch Trials 3.
Maze Runner 3 Scorch Trials.
Which I love because you didn't see the first two.
We did not.
No.
Perfect.
I don't, that's a different debate. I don't know if seeing the first two would have helped.
We just saw the new Death Wish.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
This ain't over.
Death Wish was not the worst movie we saw for
Nope.
Bad Movie Friday.
Not even close.
Cool. That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a great time. We sit in my truck and we watch we review movies. Very limited editing. It's a great time.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. So check it out. I mean, if you'd like to hear us talk about WCW, the movie stuff is just as good.
I'm actually very proud of Bad Movie Friday.
It's a lot of fun.
Please check it out.
Yeah, you guys do a great job with that. It's really fun to listen to.
Thank you.
And check it out if you like what we do there. If you like what we do here, hit us up on our Patreon, patreon.com/WCWTF podcast. Throw us a couple bucks. You know, it's always great. Always helps us out.
Yeah.
As you can
And
see, we're constantly evolving.
I want to let you guys in on this. I texted Greg about this earlier. We might have somebody who's going to take us up on the offer of Greg recording music. Okay? It's very close to happening.
I can't believe that this might actually happen. I'm thrilled and scared at the same time. I've heard rumors of what I may or may not have to sing.
Yep.
And I'm basically going in blind. Like
Yep.
most songs I just know, but I'm not going to spoil it.
No, but when that does happen, we'll let everybody know, and we'll let you know that that's something that you can take advantage of. If you want to beat this person to the punch, go to our Patreon.
I'll do more than one.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, he'll do however many he gets paid to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. It's going to be good.
And the Patreon helps us tremendously. You know, the video is a new thing we're doing. That's Patreon. We got these lovely new lights. That's Patreon. I got a new board. We're not using it today, but that's going to improve in the future. And then next thing,
brand new logo.
Look at all this shit.
That's nice.
Look at all this new shit. That's Patreon right there.
All that coming in.
Yep.
We're able to have logos now, banners. It's fantastic.
Hand jobs from hookers.
Wait, what?
What?
Logos. You can't just talk about hand jobs from Mark.
Yeah, I'm not a hooker anymore. Okay, I've graduated.
Then why am I still paying you?
I'm an escort.
Oh.
That's a step up.
That's true. I do have to buy you popcorn every time.
Thank you.
Cowboysforpodcasters.com.
He takes me to Denny's. Lets me get anything $9.99 or below.
So fun fact. Flashback to a couple episodes ago where we were talking about Buffer as a male prostitute. One of these two sent me the link.
I did.
Yeah.
That was on my phone for an embarrassing amount of time, and every single time I pulled up my phone at a most recent con to look up a price, first thing anybody saw was Buff Bagwell's naked body. But I was in a hurry, so I had to quick swipe left so that these people wouldn't understand what was happening. But it just never disappeared. Every time I pulled up my phone, it was like, oh, hey, buddy. Hey, what's going on?
Buff is trying, man. He's trying real hard to get you. Now, did you look at his rates? Did they have his rates?
They did, but I don't remember what they were.
Is it by the hour? I'm guessing it's by the hour.
It was not. They're escorts, not prostitutes, Mark.
Yes.
No, so it's by the hour.
No, a male escort is an experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take them out. You eat dinner. They flex for you.
What Greg said. I don't know.
I think that's it. I think that's all that happens.
So it's by the night.
Dinner and flexing.
Dinner and flexing. That's all it is.
Yep.
Okay.
I was going to say,
why? What do prostitutes do?
Well, we do anything that you want us to do. So, if we wanted to record an album on Patreon, we'll do that.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we have in common with prostitutes.
I have no friends. Will you play Gears of War with me?
Yep.
Excellent. Good news, everyone. I have a friend.
No.
It's a prostitute.
That's going to be a pass for me.
A hard pass.
Just the Gears of War part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to play Mario Kart.
I will say,
naked.
Can I tell you how mad I would be if the prostitute beat me in Mario Kart?
Stop! You gotta winning. You gotta laugh the gas.
Yeah.
or else,
Whoa, that's not a joke that's gonna stay in. Oh wait, this is live, so it has to stay in, and you're not gonna hear it on the podcast. So, good job, Ty. Now your wife beating joke is in.
No, it's a prostitute beating joke.
Oh, never mind.
Much better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want either of you guys beating me up. Let's just move on, okay? Let's just move on.
All right, moving on to the Effies.
Yes, the reason we're here.
Tonight we are talking about our Effie Awards.
Yay!
Our yearishly WCWTF award ceremony where we award many different fun awards to many different awesome and terrible wrestlers.
Right. It's so good to go back and just rewatch the last year. I mean, or just go and revisit it. It's so much fun. It really is. I love these episodes.
We do a lot of stuff where we don't remember exactly what we do.
I don't remember what I did 5 minutes ago.
Greg was talking to us before we went on the air that Greg's having some memory problems.
This is not a joke.
Yeah.
I have an issue.
Now the show just got sad.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he doesn't even remember Dano, the fourth member of our group. You know, who we had to kick out because of what you did. Remember that? Halloween Havoc, what happened with Greg and Dano?
In the arms of an angel.
Did I kill him? Dano, I'm sorry. I didn't even know you existed.
That's not what you said at the time, bitch.
Wow. Never mind, Dano. Fuck off. I never liked you anyway, shit.
That's what you said.
That does sound like me.
Yeah, it does. That's pretty accurate.
So before we get into the show tonight,
Yep.
we are coming to you live from Greg's house.
Yep.
In Glens Falls, New York. What is our attendance tonight?
Oh, Mark, I've been shellacking you.
You've been killing me
recently.
So,
I've been just kicking the piss out of you.
Can I go first?
Yes.
14,231.
Oh boy,
Mark, I was like, that's real close to what I was gonna guess.
Was it?
I'm gonna price it right, you.
Oh no.
14,223.
Ty.
Who is closer?
Find out on the next episode.
Oh,
we figure out how many viewers we have.
Oh god.
Who killed JR?
Maggie.
That's a better episode. That's a better answer than
3.
4.
Wait, there's debate.
Do animals count?
Yes.
Okay.
So 4. So our first award up for tonight,
Okay, the first one. Art direction.
the Chris Jericho Award for Best Wrestler of the Year.
Yes.
So we're going to do this. We're going to do a roundtable discussion.
Okay.
I have a few nominees I would like to bring up, and then I would like to bring up my winner. So I'm going to start, and then I'll move to, I'm going to say one, Mark, Greg, and then we just round about that way.
Mm-hmm.
My first runner-up, my first nominee for the evening goes to who better than Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham as a tie.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's good. Oh, so wait, are we taking them as a tag team?
Yes,
That's the
I'm taking
idea.
them as a tag team because, I hated Kurt Hennig for a while.
Yeah.
Barry Windham, all Greg talked about was his weird dick for many podcasts.
Wait, was that a Barry Windham one?
Yep.
I don't even remember
Barry
that.
Windham's weird
Maybe
dick.
I have memory problems.
That was.
Oh, no, I do remember. Yeah.
But when these guys teamed together, it was like magic was happening. These guys were phenomenal. Phenomenal.
That's good. Yeah. That's a really good one. Can I? No, I'm
Yep.
gonna. Okay. I thought of somebody, and they were great as a singles wrestler, and then they did some stuff toward the end of our run as a group. I'm gonna say Diamond Dallas Page. A former world champion when this entire year that we watched had a pretty good match in that 4-way match. I think we all agreed that should have been a clusterfuck and ended up being pretty decent.
Yep.
And then the stuff he does with Bam Bam and the things he does with Canyon, that is just dynamite stuff. He's really good in the triad. So I think that's a very good nominee for this category.
He was on my list of
Okay.
nominees.
Yep.
Yes.
Great.
So, just for clarity, these are not people who are eligible to win. These are just
Well, no.
important things we've talked about.
Well, no. They couldn't be. Like, you can say someone. Like, if you don't want to reveal your winner yet, you can. If you want to just bust out your winner, you can go ahead.
I will not bust out my winner.
Thank you.
All right.
I will talk about
Winner.
runner-up. Chavo Guerrero.
Chavo had some great moments. He was up there with his minute and a half match with Stevie Ray.
Hey,
Fantastic.
man. Made that tolerable. I'll take that any day.
We'll talk about it a little bit later, but that made a Stevie Ray thing watchable.
Chavo had a good year.
I thought Chavo was really great. Like, Chavo's not a tremendous wrestler. And he's a small guy, and there's really nothing to set him apart from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, he just went over the top to make his character worthwhile, and through that, his wrestling skills shone. So, like, there's no reason to pay attention to him as just a wrestler, but he made you want to pay attention to him.
I feel like Chavo's a really good example, and you guys can disagree with me if you want, and you will. That Chavo, I feel like, really was held back by WCW management, because when he was given spots to do, like with Pepe the Horse, or when he was like being against Eddie, he really knocked it out of the park and did everything he could to make it good, and then they just kind of like, oh, never mind, let's move past you. And I always thought that was kind of a shame, because he was tremendous in everything we saw him in.
Chavo started off with a great year.
Mm-hmm.
It was fantastic with him, the Eddie stuff.
Right.
It should have been, and there were a lot of guys we can talk about that should have been their year, but either injury happened or other things happened. But Chavo is definitely a standout.
Yeah. At one point I picked his Super Soaker as my shining light.
Oh, you love that,
Throughout the year. It was just...
I think politics happened to him, because, I mean, in knowing what's coming up, too, he kind of gets held at a certain point and just will never ascend higher than that, even though I feel like if he happened now, he'd be like an internet sensation. He'd be like the guy that everyone tunes in to see, because he is so over the top, and he's a good in-ring performer. I feel like he actually would fit in better with the modern product than he does now.
I feel like he would, he's sort of a Tyler Breeze type.
That's a good way to put it.
You're a good wrestler, but your character's over the top, and people like you, and so you're going to get attention doing that.
Right. I would say like a Sami Zayn type of the same idea, same
exactly.
vein.
I don't go that far.
I would. I think he would do great nowadays. So, okay, that's a great one.
Yeah.
I've got 2 left on my list. I'm pretty sure at least one of them is someone else's wrestler of the year, so I'm going to defer to you guys.
Why don't we go with winners now?
All right, my winner.
Then,
My match of my wrestler of the year goes to who better than Raven.
Yep.
Raven. My wrestler of the year goes to who better than Raven. Actually, I switched my thing off accidentally. Raven, what a year for him. Between losing the flock and putting on some amazing matches, the dude is just, he's a pinnacle of what a lot of wrestling should be. I think Raven had a stellar year. He should have been higher than he is right now, but man, I don't think there was a Raven match that we ever knocked the entire year of pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Consistent, just solid wrestling.
That's a good one. I mean, I'm kind of wavering. I suggested DDP, and I like that, but I think in terms of impact on the year, if you take the year as just a snapshot, like what we're doing from the bash to bash, Raven's a good choice. I'm going to go with Raven too. I think he just the character development with him was good. A lot of people could have failed when the flock was taken away, and instead he had some great hardcore matches. Every interview was dynamite. It was exciting to see him. I'll agree with you on that one.
Yep, my wrestler of the year was Raven.
Hey!
Wow.
Yeah, he had. When we talk about, is this lumped in with MVP? I'm sorry, I have notes, but they're not.
Our MVP. I'll talk about that in a second. Go ahead. This is just wrestler of the year.
So, Raven put on tremendous matches. Like, he was a part of some of my favorite matches of the year. His character tremendous. He's made himself relevant throughout the entire course of the year, which goes a long way. But I also think he is just a useful person to have in the ring. Like, he makes matches better. I think he brings the best out of other talent. So I think that's important as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we seen matches with guys who really have no business being in there with him, and he makes it at least... I mean, if it's a bad wrestler, he makes it a tolerable match. If it's a good wrestler, he makes it an excellent match. That says a lot about how good he is as a general. Right. It is him. Yeah.
We can't... We always go back to it, that match with...
Scotty Riggs?
Scotty Riggs.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Scotty Riggs is a fine wrestler, and he's a friend of the podcast, so I don't want to, shit on him aggressively. But, Scotty Riggs was not putting that match on if Raven wasn't there.
No.
Scotty Riggs versus X, that's not going to be the same match.
Yeah, right.
So, I think Raven's hands down the answer.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, and good for him, too, because he was given, I feel like, especially toward the tail end, he was not given a lot, and he still made it gold. That tells you everything you need to know.
Oh, even end to end. I mean, he never put on. I don't think he ever put on a bad match. If it was a bad match, it was nothing that we complained about too hard. I never wrote a note that was really knocking him.
Oh, remember that? What was that? The tag match with him and Perry Saturn against. So I think it was Benoit and Malenko.
Yeah, that was a great match.
So good. That was so good.
Fantastic match.
That's a good one.
So, Raven.
Good job.
Good job, Raven.
Wrestler of the year. Awesome job. Before we move on, I'm just going to cut this. I'm going to edit it in later for the next one. I've basically taken the Chris Jericho award for being Chris Jericho and kind of lumped that in as the MVP of the year. So if you want to talk about someone else, but that's pretty much our MVP award.
Okay.
That's fair.
I have a runner-up for that.
I assumed Chris Jericho was our MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, then let me talk about Raven more.
Yeah, we can talk about that, the Chris Jericho award for Chris Jericho. The runner-up will be Raven.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
and then,
cool.
But before we get there, coming up next, the Stevie Ray Award for Worst Wrestler of the Year. Man, I've got a couple here.
I do too. It was a lot easier to come up with worst wrestler than it was best wrestler, which is not a surprise.
So let's do 2 rounds each.
Yeah, I think I got plenty for that one. And last year's winner was, of course, Stevie Ray.
As he always is.
Yeah.
I think maybe Lex Luger won it.
Luger won the first year, I think.
Luger won the first year.
And then Stevie Ray. So this is somebody who's going to join that elite club of just failure every time we see you.
Yeah.
Dragging down matches.
I don't know if I have runners-up, guys.
All right. Well, you know what, Mark? Then Mark and I will go back.
We'll go back.
There is only one answer.
See, I'm surprised at this. Because Ty and I were going over this before we went on the air about who Greg was going to pick as the worst wrestler. And I know you've hated on more than one person.
Well, I hate everything, Mark.
Yeah. No, but we both have one person we explicitly thought that you would pick.
Oh, well, one of you's really wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And one of you might be
But I
right.
want you to defend why you didn't choose the other one, because they're both really good answers.
Okay.
So, anyway.
All right.
So, do you want to start with your runner-up?
Who I think Greg picked, or
No.
Oh, just a runner-up. Okay.
Yes.
David Flair. I feel like that's a really good one. Flair, when he was in the ring, I mean, the whole gimmick was he wasn't supposed to be good. I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that. But when he does a arm drag, and that's in the announcers sell it like it's like a fucking Hurricane Rana off the top rope through a table, you're pushing him too hard. And then when he couldn't even do basic moves, he couldn't do a body slam. He couldn't do simple things. And when we saw him, he also looked like an idiot every time he wrestled. He got the whole, like, the middle-aged mom drinking rosé.
Yes. That's
right.
So
His face was all beet red. He looked like Flair is not in shape in terms of, like, ripped muscles, but Flair is a cardio monster. Like, Ric Flair, his dad, could go all the time. David Flair got, like, Luger-winded after 5 minutes. So the guy's an athlete, too. He was, like, I think he did do wrestling, amateur wrestling. He shouldn't have been that bad. Especially with Ric Flair's your dad.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's not my number one choice, but he is a solid runner-up.
I barely remember him wrestling, so
That's something. If you want to talk about remember him wrestling, my first runner-up is Chip Minton.
Chip Minton. Oh, God, yeah. Wow, yeah.
From War Games.
I assumed that was a made-up wrestler that Jericho said.
He was WCW's Olympian. He was the fourth place bobsled
Don't you remember that?
Olympian from War Games. One of the people they just trotted out.
And that really confused us for a long time.
Chip Minton.
Yeah, I did a deep cut on that one.
Wow. Ty, that's impressive.
Just as a reminder, at one point, WCW brought in a fourth place Olympic bobsledder.
Not wrestler.
As their Olympian Chip Minton.
Chip Minton. Mm-hmm. What a name.
Wow.
Now that's a stripper name.
Chip Minton?
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely a stripper name. That's a gimmick.
Chip Mint.
Yeah.
Oh.
Delicious.
Wait, Mint?
Chip Minton.
Minton?
Minton.
Yeah.
Not Mitten.
Minton.
Minton. Minton.
Oh.
I like Mitten though as a bobsled name. That is like a gimmick bobsled name.
Here he comes. Chip Mitten.
Freezy Mitten. Slitty Mitten.
A man made for bobsledding.
Bobsledding. You picked the Winter Olympics. You didn't even pick the Summer Olympics.
A fourth place. Didn't even
In a
medal.
team event.
Yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the alternate member of the curling team now wrestling in NXT.
Billy Glove.
Big love.
Yeah. I'm a big Big Glove fan.
Managed by Paul Ellering.
All right, Mark, go ahead.
Okay, so another one I was thinking of, and maybe this is more because I don't want to call it X-Pac heat, but more because every time I see him, I loathe watching him on TV. The fucking Cat. Okay, the Cat has, for this podcast, had some great moments. We've had some fun with him.
Yeah.
But when he hits the ring, I hate watching the match.
His matches are weirdly unmemorable, even for someone who doesn't remember anything.
And I feel like he tries too hard, and this isn't really him wrestling. I understand that. Okay? I get that. But when he gets on the mic, and he does the same shtick, the first time it was funny, where he's picking a fight with the crowd's hating on him, that's fine. But now he does it all the time, and it lasts for 5 minutes, and then the payoff is him fighting Horace Hogan. That's why I can't stand him.
Horace Hogan.
They just... Ugh, he's so bad.
I got a runner-up. Fucking Horace Hogan. What the shit?
Oh, man.
Oh. Someone's getting slapped. Horace Hogan. Old Ho-Ho himself. Fuck that guy.
You went off on him in the last
I thought for sure Horace Hogan would be your pick. You went a week ago. You went off on him for at least 20 minutes. That I cut down to 10.
The
on the
problem
podcast.
with Ho-Ho, and that's why I didn't pick him, because I don't remember him wrestling. I just said I don't remember cat matches.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about that match. I just remember his stupid fucking chest hair sweater and his denial of Scott Norton.
I'm about to say, you remember a lot about Ho-Ho. That's pretty good. That's basically all he did.
And that face and his stupid sunglasses.
Are you sure you don't want to change your vote now?
Yeah, because there's a right answer.
Okay. So, the funny thing is, when Ty told me Ho-Ho, right, was going to be your answer. I got nervous. I got real nervous. Like, shit, I do remember. He went off on him in the last one. So
Look,
man.
We'll get to it when I actually tell you who the winner is. And when you all agree who the winner is. Because there's only one right answer. But, I hate Horace Hogan. But I don't hate him as a wrestler. Alright? This is the worst wrestler of the year. It's at most he's unmemorable. Maybe he did a move. Who the fuck knows? It's a cat match.
It's just a nebulous void of just action.
But
action in quotes.
I don't remember Horace Hogan as being a shit wrestler. I just don't like him. I'm just upset that he is a thing that exists. And because of the outside forces, the giant Jupiter-sized planet of Hulk Hogan, we have to have all these shit people around. That's why I hate Horace Hogan.
Yeah. It's amazing when you think about like how many people Hogan brought in and none of them were any good. It's talking about him and Knobs and like all these little like his buddies that he had to associate.
His cousins and Brian Knobs.
And Brian Knobs. What else could you get?
Cousins and Knobs and Knobs and cousins.
It's just, I mean, I don't. Yeah, that's my Horace Hogan rant.
Plus, he also when he showed up, he was like, "Oh yeah, the NWO is still, I guess, a thing, maybe or not. No, okay, fair enough. It's just useless to have him around." Yeah.
I had two leftovers. Stevie Ray, of course, as always on the list.
He gets like grandfathered in.
Yeah, I mean, you're just nominated. That's like he's like the Scorsese. Like the party wasn't great, but they owed him one.
Right.
Lex Luger is on my list. He didn't do a whole lot this year.
That's why I left him off.
Yeah, his existence is part of it.
That Conan versus Lex Luger match at Sold Out is one of the worst things I've seen in a long time.
That's the one where I was not feeling all right. I don't think I was there for that.
Which one? On Sold Out? No, I think you and I, we might have done that one by ourselves.
That's what I think.
There was one that you and I just did. So, yeah, Luger, man.
It was a bad match.
Conan also kind of gets an honorable mention here because his play went down considerably in this last year.
Yeah, I think he realized he didn't have to try, so he stopped.
Right.
He's like, "You're still going to pay me, so rowdy, catch you in a week."
Strawberries and
rowdy, olele, viva la raza, strawberries, peeled potatoes, ranch dressing, tossed salad,
smoking in the parking lot. Catch you later. All right.
Peace.
My family makes
Ray, get him.
Ray's like, I get now, good, kill, fight, family.
I fight for Conan. Fuck.
Fucking shut it down.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shut it down.
Oh, why do I fight?
I need my mask.
Oh, why do I fight?
Eddie! It just
I
says
lost my hat.
It just says Eddie on his hand.
Just scream Eddie.
And it's all like smeared. Eddie.
Edge me. Essie.
Essie Rios? That sound right? Essie Rios. Oh my god. Wow.
Alright, so let's... Greg...
You want the answer?
Yeah, your answer.
Worst wrestler of the year. Worst wrestler of all time. Fucking Blitzkrieg.
Oh, yes! I got it.
Fucking Blitzkrieg.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty
bad. Did you see that match?
It's hard to ignore that match.
It is legitimately, like, we were talking about this earlier. All right, there was an Olympian halfpipe lady who basically tricked her way into the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's fucking Blitzkrieg. Alright? He tricked someone. He sent his much more talented cousin to the tryouts, who got hired, and he's like, alright cousin, my turn now. Old Blitzkrieg's gonna go out there and wrestle Billy Kidman into oblivion. Was it Kidman?
That was Hoovy.
Juventud Guerrera into oblivion. And then he just tried to murder him. Like, maybe Hoovy, had sexual relations with Mrs. Blitzkrieg. And he had to enact revenge by wrestling terrible and trying to neck him every fucking move. Billy, we're gonna go up top. I'm gonna do a Hurricane Rana off the top. Sure, Blitzkrieg, do you know how to do that? Nope, and go.
Well, we're already up here, so maybe it was a mob hit? You ever think about that? Like somebody, like a mobster dressed up as Blitzkrieg and was trying to kill Hoovy? Trying to make it look like an accident. I think that's a possibility.
Tony Soprano doing Frankensteiners off the top rope.
Hey, go up to do the Frankenstein, huh? I'm not gonna fucking neck you fucking weirdo.
Get out up there.
Let's go, big pussy. Big Hoovy.
Big Hoovy.
So
Blitzkrieg.
I know you always talk about suing Virgil.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure our episode that this happened on came out before the Olympics. Do you think we have? Because it's
Whoa.
the exact same thing that happened.
Yeah.
Whoa,
It's the exact same joke we made about Blitzkrieg.
Damn.
I'm gonna sue that lady.
Yeah, you should. She's not gonna have much money left over.
No joke, Virgil. I'm coming for you.
Yeah. This motherfucker
All right.
is coming after your meat
I know
sauce.
you don't have anything, and I'm not even eating carbs right now, but I'm going to take your pasta just so you don't have it.
Dude, meat sauce. Okay? There's not a lot of carbs in there. There's
I'm
protein.
not eating red meat either. Is there like a
Damn.
chicken bolognese or something
Yeah,
you
there's-
participate in?
I'm sure he eats more than just bread. No, he doesn't. No,
Virgil,
no.
get at me. Let me know what kind of chicken-based sauces you have that I'm going to take.
Listen, you can have the unlimited salad.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Olive Garden
Or
has
soup.
salmon. I
Soup.
mean, they got fish
Maybe-
there.
maybe that's
soup,
like
salad, and breadsticks.
Maybe that's a good compromise. I'll eat his salads and some of the soups, and he can have the breadsticks and the other soups that I don't want. I still get right of first refusal on the soups, though.
Just like spooning across each other.
That also, the way you started that sounded like a Conan promo. It's like, I'm gonna eat his salad. He can have some of my breadstick.
You and Virgil at like across from each other from an Olive Garden booth, like,
Yep.
like he's doing the same thing. Just like,
And somebody had to tell you ahead it. No violence.
No
okay?
violence.
Just
No,
aggressively
it's
eating and
It's a
staring.
court order, Mark. Violence isn't necessary.
when you're here, your family.
Blitzkrieg. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
Tell me it says Blitzkrieg on your paper,
Number
too.
one is
so I-
Blitzkrieg. I'm gonna go with Blitzkrieg, but I do have another honorable mention. I really feel like we should
All right.
Wrath.
Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
Didn't we say Wrath couldn't even move correctly?
I feel
That
bad
Wrath had
for
a
him,
metal
though.
pipe up his ass?
Wrath is like that nerd in like a Napoleon Dynamite type movie.
Yeah.
That like the popular girl's mom makes her go to the dance with him, and
Right.
Wrath / Napoleon Dynamite has to dance at the prom with the hot girl, and everyone's looking.
Mm-hmm.
That's Wrath. It's a pity thing,
Right.
you know, like it's a coming of age wrestler
Would
story.
Wrath find another cooler wrestler to try to teach him how to dance beforehand?
I would like to once again
course.
remind you that Wrath is not Mortis.
Right?
You're doing better this
Who
time.
was the guy who couldn't walk good?
Wrath. That's Wrath. You're good. You're on the right track. He's
so-
fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he's fine.
this analogy still works.
Yeah.
Well, no, because at the end, like Napoleon Dynamite was kind of a cool guy, and Wrath is still Wrath.
Well, Wrath gets to go home and do normal people stuff. That doesn't involve
Is he,
wrestling.
is he like
That's
mowing
it.
the lawn like a
That's-
fucking Frankenstein?
That's
Like-
Napoleon Dynamite winning in this situation. He gets to mow the lawn later and be a normal person.
Wrath is like pat on the back for doing a good job is mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
You
You
still
made
mow
it.
the
You made
lawn.
it.
You get to have.
It's still Blitzkrieg, but
It's
Wrath
just-
is a good choice.
It's just a zigzag around the
Look,
lawn.
Wrath is a good choice. He's a terrible wrestler, but like he didn't offend me.
He didn't
really.
kill anybody.
He's so haphazardly funny. Like you can't be mad at him.
Yeah.
Blitzkrieg attempted to murder him.
That's a good one.
I know Greg is very angry about this. My number one was Horace Hogan.
Okay.
I mean, we saw
Sure.
Blitzkrieg in one match. I mean, the guy's awful. He's the worst. But Horace Hogan, every single time he's on TV, he fucking offends me. I hate him. Hate him so
I mean,
much.
if it was a category for dudes whose chest hair looks like a sweater, sure.
Him and Albert would be up there.
Sure,
Yeah,
Albert.
no, yeah, that's a neck and neck right there.
Now that is a competition.
Who's got the hairier chest, Hogan or Albert?
Who shaves their shoulders weirder?
Wasn't there somebody in Los Barriquas who had really hairy shoulders? I'm not sure. I'll have to brush up on my... You don't know who Los Barriquas were?
Loris what now?
Lauren Barriqua? Yeah. Salsa dancer.
Lauren?
Loris.
What?
Los Barriquas.
Los Barriquas was a Mexican gang in the WWF with
Oh.
Savio Vega, and then there was one really hairy dude in that thing. Yeah.
No, that wasn't Horace Hogan.
No.
All right, you just want to get this over with then?
I'm not going to do
Oh
it.
my god, are you gonna slap him?
No, I'm not.
I'll slap him.
No.
Nope, you can't.
Nope.
He has to.
Nope. I'm going to take the higher road here. But I'm not going to
Ew.
slap you. Yes.
I bet that
Ew.
Greg would say Horace Hogan.
I'm not going to slap you yet.
Ty and I slap each other all the
I'm not
time.
going to slap.
over slap
I'm not
bets.
going to. I'm not going to slap you yet. I'm going to save it.
I'm
I'm going to save it. You didn't have to tell me how to do it now. I'm going to save it when you
That's
least
true.
expect it.
That's true.
Okay.
It's gonna be the end of this episode.
By the way, I am really close to winning our drifter bet.
Wait, what is a drifter bet? Oh, okay, yeah. That's right. Well, tell the people at home in case they forgot.
That Elias Sampson, the drifter in WWE, is going to be a main eventer within 3 years. I might
It
win
was
this.
2 years.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
I might win this in 6 months. He's got a racket. He has got a racket strapped to his net. And they are going to play doubles with Elias Sampson.
Wow.
He's going full cornet.
I was like, yeah, Cornette's listening to the podcast. Like, I like this Killer Greg guy.
I am going to pretend that is what I meant.
Yep.
And y'all know what I mean.
Honestly,
racket, I'm strapped to a racket.
If we get better talent in the main event series, I'm fine getting slapped.
Yeah.
Boy.
Absolutely. He's so good.
He's
Him and
so
Bailey are fun, too.
good.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next award for the evening, the Chris Jericho Award for being Chris Jericho.
This is a tough one. This
Let me think.
This is a rough one.
race.
This actually is a renamed award for our MVP of the year. So if you guys have any runner-ups for MVP that's not Chris Jericho that you might want to talk about,
I do.
Yeah. You go first, because I do have somebody too.
This ties closer into our wrestler of the year. If this was like a legit MVP, now Jericho's the answer, but
yeah,
I would give it to Raven, who we talked about earlier, just because he makes everyone better. He is the V in value. It's in the NBA. It's not necessarily the best player. I mean, it's LeBron, so it doesn't matter. But just this, James Harden makes the entire team better. The Rockets are better because of James Harden. They might not be better because of LeBron James. They're better because of James Harden. That's Raven. I don't know if he's booking the matches, but I can guarantee the match is better because of him. He takes every B and turns it into an A.
like the Pippen to the Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. That's a good one. I had a little bit of... I took a different approach to this one in terms of if WCW on a business perspective. Like, what guy could they have not lived with? This is somebody who really adds so much to them as a company and keeps them afloat. I went with Goldberg for this microcosm of time.
I can't argue that.
Because this is from the Bash to Bash. This is him at his highest point. When they did that stupid angle where he lost, they dropped, Nash beat him after Hall hit him with the buzz. The entire business started to decline significantly. So I feel like even though he doesn't wrestle well, he's definitely unsafe. In terms of what he gives to the company, he's incredibly important, and especially this last year in our WCWTF retrospective, he's been tremendous for this company. So
I also gave Goldberg 2 match of the nights this year. So he's not completely incompetent as a wrestler.
He's got to be paired with somebody who can kind of take him along. But no, he really did a lot for this year.
You're absolutely right, because Hogan is there but not there. Luger's hurt. Sting,
a lot of guys are hurt.
Who the fuck? Where's Sting?
Sting is so frustrating.
Shows up, and even when he shows up, he's a big pile of garbage.
Sting starts and stops more than I think any person we've ever experienced in this podcast.
But Goldberg was there.
Yeah.
And they might not have always asked him to be there, but he kind of put this thing on his back, and he was single-handedly fighting the Steve Austin thing. You know, Ty doesn't like him, and that's fine. He's not a great wrestler, and that's fine. But you cannot deny what he was doing for the company.
Do you remember when he was gone after he lost the belt, and the fans almost at every pay-per-view, he had a 2-3 month gap where we didn't see him, the fans every single pay-per-view we saw were chanting, "We want Goldberg."
Oh, yeah.
And then when he showed up, they went apeshit. And they actually did the smart thing and had him beat Nash. Had him get that win back. That's a smart move on WCW's part, so he's not... Jericho's the answer, but he is I think a interesting second. Or third, depending on if you want to put him behind Raven.
I do.
I mean, I was throwing DDP in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
DDP had a great year.
He did.
World War III, not World War III. War Games won that match. Fantastic time with the Jersey Triad, bringing that up.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
I feel like Canyon is better because of DDP.
Yeah.
Oh, way better.
He's bringing up a lot of people. He's had some phenomenal matches. Brought Goldberg up a bunch.
Right.
And a lot of fun matches.
I'll tell you what. I think I understand that a lot of wrestling is called on the fly, but these two people that we're talking about right now, between DDP and Raven, are both people who are known for foresight, for planning ahead, for talking about matches ahead of time. It shows. The fact that they had an idea in their head and chose to execute that through communication and preparation it shows. And now, I mean, I don't know. I feel like, is WWE scripted now, or are they still calling them on the fly? Like, I don't even know.
I think it depends on how much, like, if there's a veteran in there. Like, I'm sure Cena doesn't plan this stuff out. I'm sure Cena does it on the fly. And actually, I would probably even say, like, Orton probably does. In fact, I know Orton would not plan for anything.
No, that's so much effort.
But so maybe, I guess, the lower you get or the more, the newer you are at wrestling, you probably script the hell out of it. And I'm sure the scripting, though, I'm curious, I bet a lot of that doesn't come from the wrestlers. I bet a lot of it is from the agents backstage, which is probably not a good thing. You know, that's probably why you get the same match over and over again. Not to go into modern product too much, but I feel like that might be why you get so much repetitive motions and repetitive matches, is because it's the same booker giving them the same thing because they know it's safe and they know they can do it.
It's all Road Dogg.
I think that's it. You know, we're seeing interesting things in DDP matches. We're seeing interesting things in Raven matches. We're seeing the exact 7 moves in the fucking Hogan Flair matches because they're probably like, no, we'll just call it on the fly. And it's difficult to think of interesting things on the fly. Like, you're just like, all right, well, we'll just go to the belt whipping thing while I think of something else. And then the belt whipping thing will happen, and they're like, ah, shit, I don't know.
Leg drop.
Yeah, why don't you beg off for a little while? Okay.
Want to do the belt spot again? Can we do that? Can we do that already? I don't remember.
I'm going to whip you. I'm going to jump out of this cage, grab a chair, brother.
Are we in a cage match? Doesn't matter, brother.
But the chair's outside the cage, so I'm just going to go get that. New rule. New rule. Chair addendum.
Hogan rule, brother. Dude.
Like the tuck rule.
So our MVP of the year for the Chris Jericho Award for being Chris Jericho goes to
motherfucking
Chris
Jericho.
Oh, again, he's so good.
If there was one dude who we praised nonstop, especially the last year, he may have had on and off before this, but this dude had a fucking fire year.
So I have 10 MVPs written down because at the end of every episode we do our four pillars.
Yep.
One of them being MVP. Jericho was 5 of my 10.
Yeah.
He won those 5 in a row.
Yep. Nice. That's that's a hell of a stretch. That really is awesome.
I mean, I have to assume that he was off the air. You know what I mean?
Well, that's when they de-pushed him.
The reason he's not more is because it was not available.
Yeah.
We couldn't pick him. He wasn't on the pay-per-view.
We wanted to pick him last episode when they just showed him for a split second on the internet.
That's exactly what I want to bring up. That last episode, I got angry at seeing him and realizing WCW had him and didn't even put him on as an opening match. Didn't have him bring against Hoofy or a throwaway against like Booker T, who also wasn't booked. Like, that is so amazing to me that I was so... when I saw him, I'm like, no, this man deserves to be on here. I love watching him especially during this era. And how dumb is this company to let him go when he had such a great year? And you're like, nah, you know what?
Well, you know, and the thing is, like, sometimes they weren't utilizing people. You know, like, they let Steve Austin go, but we only saw one Steve Austin match, and he wasn't that Steve Austin. Like, that makes sense to me. And, you know, they let the Giant go, and, like, the Giant was good, but he was never amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand how you would let the Giant go. But Jericho was consistently the best part of every pay-per-view. It wasn't, you know, like, they let Mankind go, but Mankind wasn't Mankind when they let him go.
It was
Cactus
Jack, who was, once again, one of the biggest things that WWE ever capitalized on.
Yeah. But there are these, you know, people say this is a big mistake to let these people go, but they weren't that person. There was a kernel there that they didn't see, and that's fine. Chris Jericho was Chris Jericho, and they still let him go. It's not like he went to the E and became a different character.
Right.
He just continued being great.
Raw is Jericho!
Yeah, he even shows up wearing the same jacket that we saw him in WCW with the same hairstyle we saw in WCW.
Right. Steve Austin came back as a tough guy, a beat-em-up tough guy.
Right.
You know, like, it's different.
And interesting enough, that's what we'll see moving forward. We'll see the guys who go from the WCW to the WWF just being them. We'll see that with the Radicals.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they'll take that name on, but they're all like, it's not like G. Malenko and Saturn and stuff.
Saturn could show his true personality.
Well, he does get moppy.
He's a man with a hat.
Oh, and a mop.
And a mop. Right.
I guess, he never really catches on, right?
Now I thought about something. Do you know what Dean Malenko's gimmick was when he was in the WWE? Do you remember what that was? What they try? At least, I don't think it was not initially, but they do try something with him.
Was it Womanizer?
A James Bond like womanizer.
I want to fuck Lita.
That's exactly what he turns into. Greg looks shocked. If you're listening,
it's phenomenal. We'll talk about that one at a later date.
Have you seen this Malenko kid? He's got tons of charisma.
That's why it kind of works.
Put him in a tux. James Bond.
Oh yeah, it's real.
Even
bad.
his Titantron is like the James Bond intro with like the circles and he steps in. Yeah, it's
he's like a pro Cesaro.
Yeah. You need to see the video for this podcast, by the way. Go and check it out because Greg's face alone is worth it.
What?
You don't think Malenko could be like the jewel of every woman's eye, like the one that they all lust for?
I mean, maybe if they're into like really boring crackers.
Single
Literally,
saltines?
Yeah.
not like white people crackers, like crackers.
Saltines. He hands them out.
No, the Ritz cracker's a little too rich for my James Bondish taste.
It's too buttery.
It's too...
I really like my cracker to suck the energy out of the meat.
Do you have any unsalted Triscuits?
I would like my saltines crushed, not stirred.
Can you just give me...
Put them in a martini glass.
Oh fuck!
Shoot it down my throat.
That one got me.
I just want a stick, a grain stick. That's all I want. Just the plant itself. I don't want you to do anything to it. That's too crazy for Malenko.
Can you take the way they make pretzel sticks? Make them saltines. No salt.
I will add my own salt. I have imported from the finest salt mines.
Shit.
You know what? That should be a Patreon one. We should do another Patreon special where we show you like Malenko as James Bond. I think that'd be fun.
That's gonna be a lot. This whole movie gotta make.
That's a good one.
You see me freak out just over and over and over again.
Malenko Eye. Golden Linko?
James Bond.
You'll love it. It's gonna be your favorite.
It is me, Team Malenko. I am in the Octopussy. You have been turned to gold, pussy galore. Here's a saltine.
Octodusa?
Do you love me now?
Yes, I do, Dean.
Go away, I'm a womanizer.
I'm after others.
No, thank you.
Dean Malenko woman belongs in the kitchen. Seductress.
The kitchen's so crowded. There's so many other women in there.
Get in with the kitchen with them.
You all get 1 grain of salt. Put it on the saltine, one at a time.
Bake them now.
Geez, I have an alert here.
Okay. What do we got?
Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp. Surprise discussion.
Shoot.
Oh boy.
Dang.
I am surprised.
What is the better hit single of the year? Conan's Bow Wow Wow
Ooh.
versus the West Texas Rednecks. Rap is crap.
This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, this is not hard at all. Rap
Yeah.
is crap,
Rap
baby.
is crap.
Woo!
Legit, no questions asked. Rap is crap, legitimately catchy.
It is.
It actually gets in my head.
I love the story you told us about them like suing radio stations for playing it.
Hysterical. Although I will say, the disco version.
I was gonna say versus Disco's remix.
That's a really good one.
Disco version's real good.
Wait do you hear the
Wow,
new West
wow.
Texas one?
Yo, yibbity yay.
Yeah. That's going to be also
so
good.
Rap is crap is really funny. It's like that just gets it's catchy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Catchy.
I also love the idea of Kurt Hennig in a booth with the other 3 guys. Like, they definitely recorded that. That's them singing it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really good. I know actually Curtis Axel really gets a kick out of, like, anytime anybody posts pictures, because he's responding to us. Whenever anybody posts pictures of, like, that era, Kurt Hennig, he gets a good kick out. He's like, I remember that. That was fun.
He's responded to us?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Friend of the podcast.
Yep.
We have a lot of friends of the podcast.
We do.
Sadly, none of them know it.
Russo knows it.
Russo knows it. He loves us.
Russo, and maybe to a degree Jared.
Maybe
We're not
Jeff
sure.
Jarrett.
We're not sure.
He followed us.
He did.
That's
follow us.
legitimate. That's,
Yeah, right.
Like, who was it? Kidman tweeted us this week. He did,
Yep.
but he didn't follow us. Jared followed us, man. Jeff Jarrett.
Mm-hmm.
He thought about me.
Pretty sure the best wrestler of all time. Right, there was a moment of his day where it's like, ha! And that's enough for you. That's all I needed.
And he was looking at my picture when he did it.
Yeah. My God.
Like, that's the dream.
Pretty much touching Jesus at that point.
Yeah. He's Drew Benedict. The deep cut.
Deep cut.
Moving on to best joke of the podcast.
Oh, wow. This is
Yeah.
sort of Huh.
I had a really hard time remembering our jokes.
Yeah, I do too.
I've got a few of these.
Okay, maybe you should go through with them first. I do have
wait,
one.
but just for clarity, Discipline and Saltines was last year, right?
No, that was like 2 years ago. That was
I think it was last year.
was that last year? Because I remember when we made our
So
because we had the
your Bash at the Beach says Discipline and Saltines on it. I don't know, like the title card that you make at the beginning. The blanket you're holding, it says Discipline and Saltines.
No, it has to be after last Effies because
right. But that's what I'm saying.
So it has to be part of last year's show. Yes.
But the question is, Bash at the Beach, which was after last year's Effies, the title card says Discipline and Saltines. But I don't know if you're referencing an older podcast when you had made that. That's what I'm curious. I probably won't pick it because it doesn't matter. Like, it wouldn't be my answer, but that is the most pervasive joke that we've made all year.
That has to be part of that podcast. Unless it was part of our Effies last year, I did not pick it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. That's the thing. It's on the
happened.
cusp. It's a great joke. It's a really
Yeah.
funny joke, and the visuals of it are hilarious.
That is just so funny to me. And I named all my fantasy football teams Discipline and Saltines.
Yes.
I use it all the time. It has been a running joke. The idea of Dean Malenko just being a saltine connoisseur.
Yeah.
Is hysterical.
It's hard to get away from Dean Malenko. Your Dean Malenko impersonations in general. I feel like that won't win, but that was every time I try every single episode to get you to do it, and then if I feel, but I got to make it natural. I never want to just be like, "Hey, Dean, what do you think?"
I can't do it ahead of time.
You did one,
and it was put me on the spot. I can't do it, but
no, I think you do it best when I
put me on the spot. I
yeah.
can do it, but if you were like, "Greg, we really need a Dean Malenko,"
tonight, right?
There's no way I would come up with anything.
Right.
So
that actually one of my favorite ones made it to my list.
Okay,
tonight.
what was it? Yeah,
it was from World War III when we were talking about the Final Four of World War III.
Yeah, I remember
where you did a whole Malenko thing about how it was such an honor to be one of the Final Four in World War III. And it was a 15-minute bit.
Yes.
And then it was like, and then 6 seconds later, Malenko gets eliminated.
Yes, that's right. I love that one.
It was the perfect setup.
It was very good timing on your part, Ty, because you waited for him to finish, paused, and then you said Dean Malenko got eliminated by
6 seconds later.
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
Really good.
I'm so glad we can remember these things because I don't remember any of them.
Right, no, this is tough. So, all right, what else we got?
One that I think is probably one of our... I don't know if it's going to win this year. I'm going to throw these out there. I'm not going to say a winner.
Right, let's hear because I don't remember
this.
Dadwinkle.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Oh, Dadwinkle is...
That's a weird joke. Like, it's just so perfect. And you have to be in a state of mind. Like...
Well, what you have to remember is...
Do kids still have sleepovers still?
Probably.
My daughter's had a sleepover.
They did an
11,
episode.
so
They did an episode of The Mick about it, so it has to still happen, right?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like... I have such a distinct version of Dadwinkle in my brain.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what you have to remember is, first off, Bachwinkle is not part of WCW.
Right.
We're talking about J.J. Dillon.
Yeah, we're starting off already at a joke because Greg can't remember who this guy is.
So, but then we take J.J. Dillon, who is trying to police people daddishly.
That is what his gimmick is, though. He was like the he's not an overbearing dad. He's trying to be the cool dad, and that's a big part of Dadwinkle.
Oh, so
yeah, so just the idea of Dadwinkle being like a parent at when his kids are having a sleepover,
right?
It's very funny.
Everyone in WCW is like, "Hey guys, just calm down. I'm gonna keep the door cracked. You guys can watch. You know what? I'm gonna put on. I got a VHS tape of Evil Dead 2.
Yep.
It's a little bit gory, a little bit funny. You guys will enjoy it. But don't tell your parents about it because it's a little bit violent, but it's fun.
The exact joke part of the joke that gets me is the leaving the door cracked part.
Yeah, right. See, in my mind too, he wouldn't even have gotten the real copy of Evil Dead 2. He would have taped it off of TBS.
TBS.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Get it on the boot.
Right.
That's funny.
Just fast forward to the commercials. They probably don't apply to you anyway, but it's okay. It's okay. You'll love it. I edited it out, or I just recorded over the tampon commercial because it's not for you to know.
No need to think about that yet,
right?
Guys.
Yep.
All right.
I hit pause when it went to commercials.
Right. But
I may have missed a couple scenes because I didn't hit record fast enough.
It's like half the movie's gone.
Oh, Dad Winkle.
That's a good one.
Wow, Evil Dead's only 45 minutes.
Yeah. Why is there a Care Bear episode at the end of this? Taped over your old stuff? That's okay.
You don't need that anymore. You're a big girl now.
Here's your baptism.
Wow. Dad Winkle, good one time.
That's a really good one.
The LWO t-shirts.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bits we've done.
I have that on my list. Yep.
The idea that the LWO only went out as long as they had t-shirts for it. And then, no matter what, all the money went to Hogan anyway.
Yeah.
Because LWO was here for, like, 4 months, and then we're just gone.
That was also started because we actually found out that other people's merchandise in WCW went to Hogan in real life.
Crazy.
That's so good.
Oh, that was nuts. Let's see. The two that I have for the big finish are What the Fuck is an Armstrong?
Yep.
Which, I mean, we have
A t-shirt,
t-shirt
about that, which is still available, by the way.
still available.
Yeah, check it out. Fine craftsmanship here.
And probably my favorite moment out of the entire year, when Greg realizes that 4 people are different people.
Yep.
And he goes, "Oh no!" The most earnest "oh no" I've heard. You could have told him, like, if a woman would have burst in here that he met on Tinder and was like, "Greg, I'm pregnant," and he would have said, "Oh no," it would have been a least earnest "oh no." Then it would have been when he was trying to figure out how many Bryans and Armstrongs there are in WCW.
Who Wrath was and who Glacier was and getting them all confused.
Oh.
That was so natural with you. That horror in your voice.
I still don't know.
Yeah, let's say every episode we have the same debate. We have to remind you again.
That's what the "oh no" was about.
Yeah.
I know that's a burden we all have to carry now.
Just wait till Chronic shows up. That's going to confuse the hell out of you.
Oh boy.
I had another one on there, and because it's a recurring one, even though it might have bled into last season. Bischoff in the cocaine pile, and like him slumped over, like covering up cocaine was covering up parts of the wrestlers to fire them.
Saving Pilot Ryan.
Right? Yeah, Saving Pilot Ryan.
Yes,
Great
I
one.
think Saving Pilot Ryan is so funny. Just the idea of a family that is burdened with crashing Bischoff's helicopters.
Just going for the elbow again.
Catch! Stop it. Come here. Come here.
Yes, that is really funny.
And it just works so good. Like, Saving Pilot Ryan is it's just so funny. And even that joke, I think it gets a little muddled. But the idea behind the helicopter exploding as part of the fireworks, the pilot ejecting, and then the ejector seat is also a firework, that is so funny.
Oh, Road Wild. I'm going to miss you.
It is great. Side note, okay, I was listening to Shivani's latest podcast. He actually said the budget for the fireworks per show. $10,000 per show.
Oh my god, that's like Disney.
He knew that one. Per show.
So we're talking like 50 grand a year?
Every
Or
Nitro.
a month?
Every
50
Thunder.
grand a month.
Right.
So
Per
Nitro
show. And Thunder.
Nitro Thunder, pay-per-view.
Yeah. Amazing.
50 grand a month.
And he said something too, it's not like they had a budget. Like, it's not like say like $10,000. They were just like, okay, we need $10,000 for our pyro. Sure.
Okay.
We need like $15,000 for the pyro. Okay. Like,
Sure.
they didn't say you can't go over this amount. They're like, whatever you need for the pyro, go, do it.
So we need $50,000 to pay off the Ryans.
Yeah. We need to buy more helicopters to explode them later.
No,
legit.
Mrs. Ryan, this helicopter is going to take you to your sons.
Exploding Mrs. Ryan.
Slam!
So it's literally the jokes we made.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh man, what else you got, Mark? Anything?
No, those are the two.
All right.
Honestly, the one that I had win was you being confused over every wrestler.
Really?
Yeah, that's the one I had you win because that was
Man.
hysterical. That moment where you realized it was so funny to me. I mean, I love Get Out of Here, Jack Swagger. Love that.
Senator Jack Swagger is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. T-shirt about it. That's how great it is.
But oh no!
But that oh no.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so surprised that's what you guys like.
What did you go with?
My winner was
Yeah.
the Jack Swagger rant. Outside of a Wawa.
I like that one because you brought it back. We
Yeah.
moved on, And then you're like, wait a minute. What is even the modern equivalent to this? It's like, The Miz went, not even The Miz. Get out of here, Jack Swagger.
It's like they're interviewing some cameramen outside of a Wawa.
Yeah.
And then Jack Swagger shows up. It's like, get out of here, Jack Swagger. And then Jack Swagger was released.
Yeah.
Minutes later.
Yeah. You doomed him with that.
Sorry, Jack.
You're not sorry.
Now Jack's a guy who would end up at a con that we could definitely talk
yeah.
to. We can have him sign that.
Yeah, for sure.
You better buy it quick, guys, because otherwise...
Okay, I got a few. Some of these are just like simple jokes, not necessarily running gags. Saving Pilot Ryan's on here.
I love that one.
The Hulk Hogan making his own Muppets.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
I forgot that whole
Oh my god, I cracked. That was so funny.
I might take a turn on that one. I think that one might be my
Yeah,
favorite.
that was really funny.
That's a very funny joke. It's like, no, I'll just make my own. Thank you.
Rainbow Connection, brother.
All the Muppets were the same voice, the Hogan voice.
That was a very funny joke.
He's being green, dude.
The discussion about the Warrior being kind of magic.
Yeah.
That's coming up later.
All
So
right,
yeah.
I won't go into it. Our discussion about mid 2000s internet and the top, and the top half of J-Lo's boob.
The top half of J-Lo's boob.
That's so good.
podcast.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Also
All right,
very funny.
very good.
Oh man. Oh, the Mount Rushmore of hate was a really good
That
one.
was a good one.
Yeah, we had a lot of
Nazi
fun
by
with that one.
proxy.
What?
Nazi by proxy.
Nazi by proxy. How do we forget that one? Total Nazi by proxy.
I think that one got cut from the podcast.
Peyton Manning, Nazi by proxy. You heard it here.
That's right. The association with Papa John's.
Yeah.
If you don't get that joke, come at us, Twitter.
Yeah.
We'll fight you.
What's gonna happen? Come on, Papa John. You got no money now.
And then the best joke that I don't know how well it was executed on the podcast, but again, I think it's just like the principle is so funny, is Tybo Norman Smiley.
Oh, yeah. that was a really good one.
That was on my list, but I was like,
The-
kind of like
The visualization of that is
the
really
joke
good.
itself like gets a little jumbled on that episode, but just we all know that person. The dad who's just too comfortable taking his shirt off. Like that is hysterical to
this
me.
off right now.
Yeah, let's just pop. Oh my god, Goldberg thinking his son is ripped.
Oh man,
Dad, please no, Dad, no.
that was a WrestleMania 33.
Oh,
Not-
doesn't count.
but
Not just pop off that shirt. We
Yeah.
say it all the time though.
Yeah, we do. That's
Man,
Like that's a great running gag.
You're Jack like me.
Yeah.
Like me.
the kid was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just hated it.
Just pop off that shirt. You're jacked like me.
He's like, no, Dad,
So
please
funny.
no. Oh
Everyone's gonna
God,
make fun of me.
So
I
funny.
gotta go to school tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure the Luger trap is also this.
Yeah,
is also
yeah.
this year.
Raccoon Luger.
Right, Raccoon Luger.
Raccoon Luger is a deep joke.
Yeah.
You gotta check out, like, honestly,
Yeah.
if you guys are watching this right now, listening to this right now, we have over 50 episodes of episodes.
Yeah.
So listen, we have 4 days of content.
Listen.
You can blow through.
You going on a cross-country trip, which I know you are. This is a great way. Start with episode 1. By the time you get to California, man, you'll be laughing your ass
if you
off.
want to pop in us $5 for that bonus episode,
Right. You'll be stuck in like Nevada, like shit. I'm all done.
And we just have so many like quick one-off jokes, like making fun of Bobby Duncan Jr. And,
Or anytime Beep Boop shuts
Oh,
up, and
yeah,
we love
beep boop,
him.
fuck it. I mean, that was a last year joke.
Right.
That one, I think, our joke of the year last year.
beep boop, fuck it.
Yeah, that
beep
was
boop,
great.
fuck it. Like, but that continues.
Every
And
time we
that's
see
very
him,
funny.
we
Yeah.
extend it. Yeah.
You know, just there's so many good jokes out there. I just for legacy's sake, I think Get Out of Here, Jack Swagger is my pick. But I'm glad you guys enjoy my very genuine oh no.
Yeah. Just terror. I mean, you know me. I love this. I texted you when I was in Florida when I passed the Wawa because I was thinking about that. So,
Weird question.
Yeah.
Can Greg's actual confusion be considered a joke?
the entire podcast is a joke then.
I know my role.
Hating
Yeah,
Blitzkrieg and being confused.
If you're liking what you're listening to, new viewers and old ones, check out our deep well of content.
Our
Right.
future
For
jokes will
some
make more sense if you know our past jokes.
Start from the beginning. You'll love
Yeah.
it. You'll absolutely love it.
Unlike
Come with us on this journey.
Bret Hart, who doesn't like any of it.
Hates everything. Here's a pink blanket.
So moving on to our match of the year.
Okay.
Ty is going to hate my answer.
I'm excited. I'm excited to hear this then. All right, well, go with the runner-up, Ty. I got a couple.
I got a couple too.
Okay.
I'll let you guys, since I did a lot of the best joke ones, you guys can go ahead with your...
I'm gonna start off one. I got a good one. Okay, and it's really strange, but in terms of a match that from start to finish I was wholeheartedly entertained by, Gorgeous George versus Charles Robinson.
Yes.
That match,
Like, legit, I had to very seriously think about whether I wanted to make that my match of the year.
Yo,
that's
a really good match.
So much fun to see Charles Robinson just naching it up from start to finish. Gorgeous George definitely was trained very well by Dusa and by like Molly Holly. You can tell she had a lot of effort, a lot of work was put into her to not make it embarrassing. We've seen Disco versus Jackie and how horrible that was, and both of those guys were well trained. Gorgeous George and Charles Robinson did that intergender match the way it should be done.
Oh yeah,
and made a otherwise kind of crappy pay-per-view almost tolerable.
Yeah, it was a great match. I can't argue. That would be my runner-up as well. Well, I have two runner-up, but that's definitely one.
Yeah, that's
so
definitely
let's hear one of yours. Let's hear
the Raven three-way, which was Raven, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Hardcore Hack. Their first hardcore match.
Good one.
Uncensored. That's also my other one.
Yes,
that's my runner-up as well.
Fucking phenomenal. That was the best hardcore match I think I've ever seen.
I had Hennig and Wyndham versus Malenko and Benoit.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was a good one too.
That was definitely on my list.
Yeah.
I also had Goldberg versus DDP.
Yep.
That was
Halloween
Havoc.
Which I believe I actually said was one of the best matches we've seen on during this podcast.
No doubt.
And dude, that was the funny one. That was the one that most of the country didn't get to see because the satellite cut off.
Because that's when things ended. It was like, oh wait, no one's watching? We put on a great match now.
We can actually just be this is great, fantastic.
So do you guys have any more runners up? Or
I don't. No. I mean, I wrote down all of my matches of the year picks.
That was good. Yeah.
My favorite being the replay of a Nitro match.
Oh yeah.
That was. I don't remember what pay-per-view that was, but apparently pay-per-view was so bad that the replay was.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
Yeah, it's Goldberg's on here twice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you want to run through more runners up? Or just...
No, but that's not important. Go listen to the episodes. We talk about our match of the night. It's just it's an interesting thing. Goldberg Raven's twice, but still very interesting.
All right, match of the year. Greg, you want to kick us off, or Mark, you want to start us off? Who wants to?
I'll go. You mentioned it as a runner-up, but Goldberg versus DDP at Halloween Havoc. That was such a good, well-thought-out match, and the crowd was fucking hype as shit, especially considering what came before that, immediately before, and how garbage that was.
Yeah.
They rebounded so well, and it's a shame that WCW just can't even get their shit together to actually air it. But that match, I loved it. It was so much fun. It had two megastars fighting each other. Like the Gorgeous George thing and Charles Robinson, I like it. But
no one's tuning in for that.
Right.
Yeah.
This was a main event, top quality match beforehand, and then when it aired, it was like, holy shit, this is great. Or aired, in quotes. Yeah. This was awesome. Love that match.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Love that match.
You want mine?
Yeah.
Chavo Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero. Ty hated this match. We fought about this for a while on that
I
episode.
don't even remember that match.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was the hair versus hair match.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. That's right. And Chavo went crazy at the end.
And Chavo went crazy at the end. And it was a good match. Like, it was a well-wrestled match.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it was funny. The story that was being told was in the match. Like, you didn't need a promo before that.
Right.
The entire story was told through the match. The fact that Eddie didn't want to fight Chavo, that Chavo was insisting on it, that Chavo wanted Eddie to act crazy like Chavo, Eddie got super mad. Chavo wanted him to dance. Eddie kicks the ropes and then hurts his foot and starts dancing like Chavo wanted him to dance.
That was funny. That was real good.
Start to finish, it was a complete story. It was a well-wrestled match. It was two interesting characters, and it came to fruition. It was a hair versus hair match, and at the end, Eddie didn't want to cut his hair. Chavo cut his own hair off, and the story continued. It was perfect. It was the perfect match.
In retrospect, that was one of the matches that made me really start to realize I need to start taking wrestling a little bit less serious. Especially start taking this podcast a little bit serious. I mean, I can't take everything as a slight against me as a wrestling fan. In retrospect, good match.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you came around.
You
don't have to
yeah.
have it. These are opinions.
No, I mean, those guys are both great wrestlers. I thought it was a slow match. I thought it could have been I think those guys should have wrestled a little bit faster. I think they could have done a better job, but for what we're getting, I mean, I think those guys did a fine job, especially with the story they told.
Yeah, self-contained matches, like I think about the Raven Scotty Riggs thing, which you've already brought up. Like self-contained matches that have a good angle going in, you gotta respect that. WCW does it so rarely that when you actually get it, it's a shock to the system. It's like, wow, that was really good. So I see where you're coming from. I do remember liking that now. So that was.
You also picked it as your match of the night for that.
I'm sure I did. Yeah. Now that once you brought it up, I do remember it. So yeah.
That being said, my match of the year goes to Chris Jericho versus Goldberg for.
Oh yeah. If you didn't notice, if you're not watching the video, Ty just did the air quotes.
Yeah, they never actually wrestled.
Yeah.
Fall Brawl '98.
That was so funny.
It was just the best gimmick match I think I've ever seen.
Even for a gimmick, it was a good match. Like when the Gilbert, or not Gilbert, but Mini Goldberg doesn't just lose.
Yeah.
Jericho gets really mad at him.
So funny. He looks shocked that he gets put into a move, and then angry that he allowed himself to fall into it. Yeah, Jericho just so funny.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's an interesting pick, but
I guess I will defer to you guys.
I think Mark might be right as far as things go. Like that DDP Goldberg match was a tremendous match. That's probably my top 3 or 4 for the year.
That's probably the real answer. Yeah,
it's a main event, and I think that's important, especially in WCW, who has so few good main events.
Oh yeah, that's always been the problem with them.
Obviously, I enjoyed the Guerrero match significantly more just because of who I am as a person. But I think objectively, I think more people would say that Mark was probably correct.
But it is interesting to think when you talk about like the ones we mentioned here. We mentioned Jericho versus a fake Goldberg, or Chavo versus Crazy Chavo versus Eddie, or Gorgeous George versus Charles Robinson. A lot of our favorite moments, and I think that kind of speaks to the podcast, are kind of the goofy, like lighthearted. Let's not take how you mentioned, let's not take this too seriously.
Yeah.
Let's have fun with this. And wrestling should be that though. Wrestling is a carny, weird type of sideshow thing. So if you go there and you expect, that's why you like the Meltzers of the world sometimes get on my nerves, where everything's got to be like this in-ring classic, and that's not what originally wrestling is for. You're supposed to go there and enjoy yourself and have fun with it.
I also like to make sure I enjoy myself though. I don't want to see Roman Reigns winning the title 18 years in a row.
Right, but if Roman Reigns fought like a Seth Rollins midget, I don't know, Greg, you just lit up, or a Dean Ambrose midget.
I would love to watch Roman Reigns just fight small people all the time.
Let me see it. Maybe I'd be into it.
Roman Reigns and Kalisto fighting for 1,000 years.
I feel like WWE does
forever.
the current product. I really does feel like takes itself too seriously.
Yeah,
way too seriously.
It's time to talk about the current product.
Yeah. Anyway,
let's run through this here first.
Priorities.
That's
Priorities.
Right. Get back to the Effies.
Yes.
Roman Reigns, best wrestler.
Steiner wins.
Oh my God, Steiner wins. Moving on to worst match of the year.
I got a couple.
Oh boy,
I got a couple.
I've got a few, and I've got 2 that could be the actual winners.
Okay.
Why don't you guys tell me? Because I had notes on my other computer, but not on this computer, so I don't remember what I wrote.
I'm more than happy to talk about bad WCW matches.
Oh boy!
All right, you want to start?
I'm gonna kick things off with Norman Smiley versus King Ikea at Starrcade.
Oh, that's a good one. Starrcade at Starrcade.
At Starrcade, your biggest show of the year, Norman Smiley versus Prince Ikea.
Yeah,
Prince Ikea.
There was more so than any of the other years we've done this podcast. This particular block had a lot of guys who shouldn't have been on this pay-per-view. Shouldn't be on pay-per-view.
We made the joke a lot that it was a Nitro, or it was a Thunder, not a pay-per-view.
We had a fucking 4th place bobsledder show up on this block, okay?
Billy Mitten was on there.
It was Chip Mittens.
Chip Mittens was there. He had 2 mittens.
That's right. I thought he was I thought he was like a firebreaker or something like that.
His mom clipped them to his jacket so he wouldn't lose them.
He lost them anyway.
Chip Mitlet Chip.
Raven stole them.
What else did I have? Hogan and Rodman versus DDP and Malone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because you hated those pants.
You were really anti-pants.
You talked about those pants for months.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a pants category?
I did bring that up, I think, on the last pay-per-view, and I got you angry again, so I was really happy about that.
No, you're not pants.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Cash.
I want pants or elbows. That's what Cash wants.
Yeah, that's... I'll talk about that in a little bit.
All right.
All right, I got a couple. I got Jerry Flynn versus the Cat and Sonny Ono.
Jerry Flynn?
Oh,
Jerry Flynn.
man, that was a real bad one.
That was just from... Oh, my God.
Are you saying Jerry Flynn or Jerry Lynn?
That is... I'm not quite sure. Every time I see Jerry Flynn, he looks worse and worse. He had the mullet, it was bad. He shaved the mullet, it got worse. His body looks flabby, like just a meat hanging up on a hook. He just looks garbage. And then the Cat, I've already mentioned it earlier, I hate him. I hate everything he does. He's not funny. Horrible match. I got another one. How about Stevie Ray versus Vincent in that brawl that went through the...
oh my God.
That ended with Horace Hogan winning?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Or where they went through the brawl. Remember, they went through the crowd, and there was nobody in the crowd. They kept showing it over and over again.
Who did Billy Nasty fight when they fucking showed the...
Yeah, that was Sandman. That was Hack. Yeah. Where they showed half the crowd. Yep.
I didn't quite remember the Virgil Stevie Ray, and I think in like a real world, that's probably the worst match of the year. Like that's not what I'm gonna pick. And that's not. It doesn't deserve to be picked. That's how bad it was. But like, just watching two no talent fucks slap at each other for a while is like, there's a reason that was the first and only Virgil match we've seen.
You're right. We haven't seen almost anything of him other than standing on the outside with his arms flexed. Other than that one, and that was horrendous. I got one more runner-up. It happened last pay-per-view. Van Hammer versus Mikey Whipwreck.
That was a bad one.
8-minute squash match where Van Hammer struggled to put away the guy whose gimmick was, I don't get any offense in. And yet Van Hammer was supposed to be like the unstoppable force. Van Hammer. Ugh. We didn't bring him up for worst wrestler.
Oh my God.
Pretty shit.
Guys, I have a lot of options.
I still have like 3 left I want to talk about.
Oh, let's go. Let's hear yours, yeah.
Greg, you want to bring one up?
Yeah, Road Wild. I don't remember a lot of the specifics of this match. I believe it was Canyon and possibly Raven.
Oh, Canyon, Raven, Saturn.
Canyon, Raven, Saturn, which was a fine-ish match
Until the end.
But the ending was so fucked that I misunderstood it.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Like Ho Ho comes out like a big dongle.
Fucking Ho Ho,
man.
He comes out and
he's a new harbinger of shit.
He hits somebody I thought he was friends with Canyon.
It was the worst stop sign shot we've ever seen.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I remember he carried around the stop sign when he was with the flock. Yeah.
So the match I remember being fine, but the ending was so fucked and weird that it diminishes the entire rest of the match. That was a real thing.
Was that one of the ones where Perry Saturn forgot the guy had moved, had like a 10-second span, and still jumped anyway?
Yes.
He did that for a long time.
Any cage match is just worth noting, but
just pick one.
Just pick all of them. But the last cage match, the first blood match that didn't end with the first blood, and then no one knew how to end it.
That's on my list.
I got that coming up.
The Flair v. Hogan first blood barbed wire cage match from Uncensored.
Yep. Yeah. I won't go too in depth, but that bears mentioning. Fucked Canyon match, cage match, first blood. All right, that's all I got until we get. Oh, and Hogan Warrior needs mentioning as well.
I will say, Hogan Warrior is my winner.
Oh, okay.
I gave that one my worst match of the year.
Sure, I don't blame you. That is a notorious worst match of all time.
My other runner-up was Glacier versus Wrath at War Games.
Oh yeah, that was really bad.
That happened?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
That was, I think, the first time we mentioned that Wrath has a stick up his ass, or metal pole up his ass, and was just waddling around the ring.
We spent 10 minutes ripping on both of them, and then just went to the finish, and that was it.
That's a good
The entire crowd. The show opened up with "This is boring" chants.
Like every good pay-per-view should. That was bad.
Oh.
My winner is Hogan Warrior.
Hogan Warrior.
Hard not to pick that one.
I can't believe I'm going to lose this.
The one spot in that match where Warrior hits the ground and log rolls.
Yes, that log roll is so funny.
That also has the infamous Hogan fire spot.
The fire spot, yep.
Wait.
And when they both just like instantly get gassed.
Right. Warrior tries to go to the top rope and then just meanders down. That's also really good.
Going up top.
Yep.
Coming back down.
Abort.
Nope.
Warrior signal on the ground coming down.
This is top rope nothing. No, I mean I have nothing.
No, I have decided to not do this move.
Pass.
Attention spectators. I have aborted this move.
Log rolled at each other.
The log roll. I can't get over that. The Warrior at this point has been wrestling for over 13 years, and he ends up doing a log roll. Not just a little log roll. It goes from one side to the other.
Whole spot.
Yeah. That match was horrendous.
That is a black eye on wrestling.
I think it's interesting that nobody mentioned the Jay Leno one. I had
that one. I had that one before, but I thought there were.
I liked that match. I was ramping up for an engagement on it, and
Yeah.
no one picked it. So I was like,
No.
oh, okay.
That was
on my list before I saw Glacier versus Wrath. I was like, oh no, you know what, Jay Leno, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
That got me through because also, what was his band leader? Also looked really good in that
Carl
one.
Eubanks.
Carl
He
Eubanks.
was ripped as fuck.
And actually executed a diamond cutter really well. So I'm like, yeah, I think it's a pass. That's fine.
I remember being really angry before that. I was like, you know what, this wasn't terrible.
This was fine.
My worst match of the year, and I'm very annoyed that you guys didn't pick it, is the Karl Malone DDP Rodman Hogan match. Guys, that match was 40 minutes.
That was a 40-minute match.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't 40 minutes. It was 19 minutes.
No.
Hogan wanted it to go 40 minutes.
No, we're looking it up. It was longer than that. It was like...
Are we including buffer intro? Because that always adds another 10 minutes.
Hogan wanted the match itself to be 40 minutes long.
I remember you brought that up during the podcast. Yeah.
But it was good podcasting here.
Hi. I'm your host, Megastar Mark, while these two look up on their phones. Wait, what was that joke? What joke did I have you look up fanfic? Was that this year or was that last year?
That was last year.
Okay, I love that.
We were still recording at Ty's store.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was... Look at the wrong one.
Thrilling.
I assume you're looking up fanfic again.
Yeah, of course.
Nice. Lex Luger fanfic? I bet it exists.
Who?
Lex Luger writes it.
Who would write that?
Lex.
Hollywood Hogan and Dennis Rodman defeated Diamond Dallas Page and Karl Malone 23 minutes, 47 seconds.
23
It was a 23-minute match.
minutes.
He wanted it to be 40.
And first off, I just assumed it was 40. That's how awful this was.
It was a bad one. I'm not going to...
Karl Malone couldn't wrestle for shit. We've seen athletes, you know?
Yeah.
Even Jay Leno was fine. Karl Malone couldn't wrestle for shit. Hogan was too dominant to let DDP do anything. Dennis Rodman was even worse than Karl Malone.
Yeah, which is weird because that wasn't the first time we saw Rodman, right? Like he wrestled before. It was okay. It was not great, but he was at least functional in the ring.
It failed at every facet of wrestling. And the worst part, the cherry on top of this shit sandwich, was that the only story being told was Rodman just beat Karl Malone in the NBA Finals. Rodman, this weird, effeminate, disgusting worm of a man, just beat the nicest guy on the planet. Beat him twice in a row. Karl Malone is finally going to get it out. No, never mind.
Yep, pass.
Dennis Rodman and Hulk Hogan win.
Here's why I'm going to give that a little, a modicum of a pass. In the Hogan versus Warrior match, everything is fucked. The lead up to it cost, so many people's lives.
It really did.
We'll talk more about that later, but...
Karl Malone cheated on his wife after this match.
Yeah, that's fine.
I might be making that.
Not after this match. Well before and post that.
During this match.
Karl Malone
We can't even get sued for that because that's been proven. Yeah.
Lives were ruined by those pants.
No, but, you've got two of the biggest wrestling names, not even at the moment, in the history of wrestling. The Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk effing Hogan. And this is the match you guys put on?
Yeah.
For, actually, let me check that time, because that was a fucking long one, too.
It was like 13 minutes.
That shows you though, like when they're outside of the WWF bubble. I guess they always used to say back then. Pat Patterson used to put all those matches together, and he was really good at coming up with endings and coming up with like, all right, here's where you are at the middle, here's where you are at the end. When you just have to rely on both those guys, they both don't know how to do shit.
Yeah.
And Hogan proved that many times in WCW, where you have to call matches in there, and it all ended with fucking belt spots, back rakes, posing.
That was still 15 minutes of bullshit.
23 minutes of Dennis Rodman in those fucking pants.
No, it was Carmelo in those pants.
They're all wearing the pants emotionally.
Everybody had pants.
They all have that cross to bear.
So, I hate to overvote you on this one, Greg. But
I know I've lost. I mean, I won because I know the truth that those pants are a travesty and it's.
If we had a pants category,
Yeah.
that'd be the winner.
I mean, did
Except
you
that
see them?
I saw them. But you know what? Hogan also saw the Warrior in a mirror, and nobody else did. So I mean, that's also
Well,
something.
The back-to-back pose.
And everybody else watching, Bischoff did. What's that?
The back-to-back spinning. I mean, come on, guys.
Log roll. Log roll.
Maybe if I show you a picture of the pants. Hold on.
Moving on to our shining light of the year.
Okay.
Ooh, I love these.
These are good.
Yeah.
These are fun.
Yeah, these are a lot of fun.
Okay.
Greg, you want to kick this one off?
Are we doing? I mean, it's shining light. It's a personal thing. Are we still doing honorable mentions?
Yeah, if you have a couple, throw them out there.
Yeah. David Flair's drunk on wine cheeks.
That's really good.
The idea that he has to have sex or has to get drunk to have sex with Tori Wilson, but then falls asleep anyway.
Right.
That's a very, very
Didn't
good
she
one.
also have, like, what was underneath the pillow? Wasn't there something really funny? Like the taser was underneath
cattle prod.
The cattle prod was
cattle
underneath the
prod.
pillow, yeah, in their bedroom. That was fun.
Cecil Shorts MD. Very funny.
Yeah.
It's like we have a note from Dr. Cecil Shorts. Do you see those Band-Aids? Those are real.
Yep.
Those are real Band-Aids.
That whole Steiner thing where he's on the gurney at Road Wild. Remember that?
That's actually my show.
we'll
Is
talk
it
about
really?
We'll
Okay,
talk about that.
I had Nitro Girl boobers from Halloween Havoc when they had the Nitro Girl dances like every third match.
Oh,
they would
yeah.
just bust out Nitro Girls.
Yep.
That was so stupid.
That
It
was
was
weird.
so stupid.
That was a terrible fucking pay-per-view.
Scott Hall's "This Is the Year of Hall" promo.
No, that wasn't a shining
Yeah,
light.
that's sad for me.
That's
No,
sad.
it was great though because we hadn't seen Scott Hall do a promo in forever.
The
Yeah.
dimming light.
It was because he came out and he did that "Hey yo." It was like yeah. It's like I mean it was kind of a bummer knowing what we know now, but at the time, it's a shining light.
Speaking of him, he's like vanished.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen Scott Hall, and he's under contract.
Well, now it's a bummer,
Yeah.
but at the time I was hyped about it. Mark,
You know, I only got my winner, so I'll wait for
All
you
right.
guys to come up with the.
I'm ready for the winners.
Okay.
You going first?
if you guys have winners, go ahead and I'll.
Okay. I'm gonna go with boudoir shot Kevin Nash and DDP with the kissy faces and the lights.
yeah.
That was, yep, that's.
That was
So
so good
good.
to me, and it came out of nowhere, which is also I think that's what pops me the most of these things is when something is so out of place. I'm like, what did I just watch? What was that? It was like just Nash giving kissy faces to the camera, and then like leaning seductively over a chair. So out of place for a blood feud. It was
That-
just awesome.
That was on my list, but it wasn't what
Okay.
I had on here. I
Yeah.
had the Nash wipe from Starcade.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
When it was him
That was
and
so
DDP
funny.
fighting over clouds.
Yeah.
They just kept doing more.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you run that promo again?
Yeah.
Hey, you see that Nash promo? You want to run that again?
Yeah.
Maybe just wipe with my face?
Yeah.
Nash wipe is a joke
Hysterical.
that we've included
Hysterical.
into our daily vignette.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Oh
that-
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great pick, Mark.
That's a great one.
My winner, hands down, no questions asked, is the promo at Road Wild with Buff Bagwell and Scott Steiner,
Yeah.
where Scott Steiner is mumbling all of his lines.
Oh my god.
He's
That
like,
was so
that's-
good.
You hear that,
Hands-
Scott?
that's-
They want you to wrestle.
Nope. I will fight you, Mark. That is the hands down winner. One of the greatest things.
Doubt.
I can't disagree with you guys. That was great.
Possibly the best promo of all time, and the fact that his medicine bag, his saline drip isn't attached to anything.
Right, it's like up his nose. Or
Right. No, we noticed that. It's like tucked under his leg. It's not even even remotely where it should be.
And as soon as he's like, "You will fight next pay-per-view, or you will be banned for life," and then they just get up and throw the fit. Oh my God,
Steiner, man, we needed funny. I feel like we saw a lot of him, but he I can't wait for total Big Papa Pump, where he goes crazy Big Papa Pump with the chainmail and all the freaks and Medeja. That's gonna be some fun shit.
I think that's possibly one of the greatest promos of all time. It's just so funny.
That might be our at least my shining light of the entire podcast.
When final Effies come around,
it is
that very possibly could still.
Man, Buff Bagwell and Scott Steiner, they were so good. They were so funny.
This was their year for a while.
Yeah,
I want to see them not fight Rick for forever.
Yeah,
then they had to go and fight Rick and ruin it. Scott. Moving on to our WCWTF moment of the year.
Oh, there's a couple.
Yeah, I have a ton of stuff to talk about.
Well, you go ahead with one of yours.
If you have a bunch, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did Will Sasso come from?
Yeah.
I will say he was not. Was he in our? Was he just part of the Nitro recap? Actually, I think he was actually.
No, he was wasn't he at a pay-per-view? He was at a pay-per-view.
He was at the pay-per-view or something.
Yeah, and then the other cast member of Mad TV.
It might have been
also
interfered. I don't know. Either way, I just remember that being what the fuck? Even in context, it was super duper weird.
Yeah, it was you unlocked a character in a video game, and all of a sudden, Will Sasso was running around.
So when you unlock, what's his name? Limp Bizkit and SmackDown or whatever.
Right. Yeah, Mr. Limp Bizkit.
I have the log roll spot for Hogan. That was just so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio can't cut a goddamn promo.
You love that. That's one of your favorite things that we talked about. Yeah,
that's just so. That's what the fuck.
How does he get that? When he gets to the WWF, I don't remember it being that bad. But man, in WCW, who couldn't cut one to save his life?
The 6th grader graphics at Starrcade.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
What the fuck? The First Blood cage match where First Blood didn't win, and then no one knew how to win. That demands
satisfaction,
some talking, and then I'll let some other people talk. I have one more honorable mention that needs some attention, and then my actual pick of the year.
Okay, out of all those you mentioned, my winner is part of that. What you just talked about. Well, we'll get to it. Go past me. What do you got?
I had Cattle Prod Productions. Which is what I dubbed WCW after they took away Goldberg's streak and then made 3 months about cattle prods.
Yeah, they were on a pole, and Russo wasn't even around, but they were everywhere.
Jay Leno in the main event.
Yeah.
I mean, Greg mentioned that earlier. That was a really weird one. Halloween Havoc ending early.
That makes me angry.
Fuck?
Yeah, that I don't even want to talk about that. That just makes me angry that WCW can't even function as a company.
I need to check something real quick. I'll be right back. Keep going.
My last runner-up goes to. I don't know how you guys missed this one. Saturn in a Dress.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Which did bring up my favorite Bobby line of the year. The last time I saw a bald person in a dress, it was Okerlund's sister, Trixie Okerlund. Ugly woman, but she could dance.
That whole gimmick though was so strange because we have Saturn in general just can't figure out his gimmick unless Raven's there to help him.
Yeah.
So when he did the dress thing, at least this is something different and something new. Let's give it a shot.
He's working with Jericho.
Right, he was working with Jericho, and then he couldn't even get that working, and then he liked the dress, and he didn't like the dress. I'm at least stick with something, guys.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. That's a real good one. All right. Well, someone go for worst for WCWTF moment. What do you say?
You guys want to get?
Go ahead.
My WCWTF moment of the year goes to. Is the Warrior magic?
Yeah.
What is this?
Mm-hmm.
And then compounding on that, why are you paying the Warrior $500,000 or whatever the fuck you paid him for a month and a half?
It was $2 million, or $1 million. It was $1 million pay-per-view or something.
Right, and they paid him well past the point where they used him. He was just sitting there collecting money.
For him to not show up for a second, have the Renegade appear in ring after a smoke bomb.
So funny to me. It just that entire bit when we talk about that is just one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
Talking about how his astral projection sucks and how what's your end game here.
Yeah. That's so bad.
It's just like I listened to our Halloween Havoc episode. Yeah. It's actually the pay-per-view is terrible, but our episode is pretty great.
It's a great episode.
And it's
no, that wasn't. Oh, the Is He Magic was Fall Brawl. Because we're talking about the
that was Fall Brawl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So once again, too, like Warrior being there basically like kills the British Bulldog too. I mean, like
he kills the big giant grape.
Right. Yeah. Right. The grape pops. Also, where he starts kidnapping Beefer. Remember that?
No.
Remember that he kidnaps a Beefcake and turns him into like a member of the One Warrior Nation and has him follow around. Oh, now you got it. So just. Stupid, but
my eyes are not capable of rolling enough.
Yeah, he shows up in the ring. It's like a big smoke bomb, and then all of a sudden, Beefer's in the ring, and then another smoke bomb, and then they're both gone.
And then we never see the Disciple again.
Never.
Maybe I'm coming back around to the Warrior.
God, I hope not.
That's a good one.
Even the joke about again in that episode, even the joke about him, ironically, now they give it to gay black athletes. They give his award. I was so fired up that he had an award.
I know.
And then you're like, yeah, but they keep giving it to Darren Young. I was like, oh, all right. Ty, that's a good pick. Mark, you want to go?
I'll go.
Right.
I love it though. That's the problem. Like this WCWTF moment is something I really enjoy, and when I saw it, I just brought back so much love and happiness in me. Is Scott Steiner letting loose the dogs on Sting.
Oh yeah, that one's up there.
So
very funny. That was a great moment.
When it's shot, it's so confusing because I love Tank Abbott just hanging out by the curtain, and the camera shoots him. He's like, "Oh hey guys, I'm on. Okay, cool."
Really
Towel.
5, 4, 3. Towel.
Tank, stop.
Sting towel.
Tank, stop counting.
No, that's Sting. Tank, that's my nipple.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, that's not how you choke me out.
I'm doing the wrestles now. And he gets a towel around
I'm
his
gonna
head.
be champion one day.
Wait till this Russo guy shows up. Gets a towel on him. Sting stumbles around, and then they just do a hard cut to like down the hallway, where you just see Steiner letting loose the dogs, sending them home.
And the Uncle Train comes in.
And then the Uncle Train comes in and a total cut. And then afterwards, I love the announcers like no-selling it, laughing, and then all of a sudden getting the really serious like, we think Sting is away from the dog.
We're gonna get back to you guys.
We need to make sure that Sting is not still being attacked by dogs 18 minutes later with no help. And then the Steiners wander out and do their like, we're the best, bunch of more shit.
Don't. We know you know we're the best. It was a false count, anyways.
Yeah.
You go ahead and raise my brother's hand.
Oh.
Baltimore sucks shit.
No bleeping it.
Peace.
So
Mic
confusing.
drop. Arm raised. Sucking dick. We're out.
Such a great start, I think, to like the next year was that moment.
I'm excited to go into the next.
That was definitely like a marker.
I really love that. What do you got, Greg?
So I have a personal answer, and then I have the right answer.
Okay.
All right.
Personal answer. My biggest what the fuck moment of the year. That goddamn back-to-back spin. Fuck that
Man,
shit.
you hated it.
Get out of here, Karl Malone. You got on those pants. You're spinning around. You look like a big fucking doofus.
Get some white out and just put Karl Malone on that.
I was gonna say, yeah, get out of here, Jack Swagger. Get out of here, Karl Malone.
You kick back to back. You look like an idiot. DDP, you should know better.
Yep.
Hate that. Oh my god. The correct answer is Halloween Havoc.
just in general.
The whole pay-per-view?
Sort of, in
Yeah.
a way, yeah. So, you bring this up on the podcast itself, Ty. Halloween Havoc is the pay-per-view that the Goldberg DDP match got pushed off for time.
Yep.
Now, conspiracy theorists out there say that it was done on purpose.
I talked about that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. That's
I'm going
smart.
to take it at face value that they ran out of time.
Mm-hmm.
And that Bischoff insists. Bischoff's pretty candid at this point when they were doing a thing, when they were doing a work, and when they aren't at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like he would have said by now, yeah, we did that on purpose. That's not totally relevant. That pay-per-view was 107 minutes of promos compared to 88 minutes of wrestling.
I think I made that point.
Yeah.
On that.
That is an obscene difference. That is really bad.
So that information in and of itself is egregious. But what you have to extrapolate out of that is that they ran out of time for their main event, but still had 107 minutes of not wrestling.
Yeah.
Which I believe was my entire point, yeah.
And if
I mean, seriously,
it's insane.
What the fuck? You know, it's in our name. That's the point of this. How are you as a company doing this? Like, how did somebody allow you to continue producing wrestling content after you fucked this up so hard?
And for what I remember, too, there were matches on there that didn't need to be
Right,
on that card.
right.
They threw on some matches that they could have cut away, and you would have gotten that, even with all the fuck-ups that you had, and even with all the promos that you had you just been smart with the matches, the limited matches you did have, you could have gotten that main event on with very little trouble.
And, like, but equate this to real life. If you were my employee, and I said, all right, Mark, you got 3 hours to get this thing done. And then I leave, but I'm watching you the whole time. You jerk off for 108 minutes.
That sounds like me.
And then you got to work, and then I come back at the end of 3 hours, and I say, all right, Mark, to get that thing done. And you're like, no, but I worked real hard the whole time. You would not be employed anymore.
Yep. Yeah.
They jerked off for 2/3 of that pay-per-view, and then said, I'm sorry, we're out of time. That is so egregious that, I mean, it's incomprehensible to me.
Yeah, and especially a pay-per-view where the two matches that were even advertised, because we talked about that, I think, on that episode. The only two that anybody even knew about was Hogan Warrior and DDP Goldberg. And even DDP Goldberg was like a week before they announced it. Yeah. But at least you had those two matches, which on paper would get people to buy that pay-per-view. So you have two matches that you know, like, okay, we have to get these two in. Let's focus on these two, and you just completely botch one of them. The main event.
Like, it's better to go short than it was to go long.
Oh, way better. And then, you know what? I actually heard they talk about this a little bit. Tony Schiavone said, like, when they went long, they would throw it back to the booth. That's how some pay-per-views ended with, like, them going to the booth and talking to the three. You know, they would go back because it ran short, and they're just killing time at the end.
Right, like
and then we'll see.
Wild.
Oh, check out this! They're throwing garbage in the ring. Do we? All right. Well, we'll see you next time. We'll see you on Monday night.
But at least you get it in, and at least you fill it, and you have everything there. The fact that they didn't do this is just poor planning, poor business.
Right. It's again, in a very real sense, nothing makes me say what the fuck more than just the entire mishandling of time on that pay-per-view.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Hard to deny that. I mean, that's a...
Yeah. That's a really good one.
But, I mean, I wouldn't be upset if you guys really wanted to, like, vote for the back-to-back thing.
You know what? Also, like another one. I'll just gloss over it real quick. The cage match, I think, really deserves some love too. The first blood that didn't have a first blood thing.
I mean, that's certainly up there.
Yeah.
Like,
here's my issue with the cage match, though. It was very terrible. I feel like we kind of broke apart what happened, kind of like we did with World War III when Nash came down looking like Sting.
Oh, right.
It's like, we figured out what was actually happening 20 years after it. Sorry, Cash. 20 years after it actually happened, where it's like, okay, so this is all just a setup for Charles Robinson to become Little Nate, and for...
Right, but even within that context, that didn't make any sense.
Oh, I know it didn't.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, there was a way to present that story, and they still chose the worst way to do it.
Right, the most convoluted way.
That's part of it.
Well, no, that's always our issue when we do this. It's like, this is always the worst way to do it.
Here's a clear way to do it. Nope.
Yeah.
Let's not do that one.
About that,
yeah.
Let's do the opposite. Maybe I'll try to pin it.
Sound good?
Everyone?
No, that's a bad idea. I'm going to do it.
I'm just going to go ahead and do that.
Did they announce this the first blood match minutes before we went on air?
Well, I plan to pin them, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what? I'm going to vote for myself. I think, yeah. Magic Warrior. That's my vote.
That's a good one.
I mean, that's wrong, but that's fine.
I mean, there's too many. I'll defer to you guys. Listeners, watchers, let us know what you guys think is the WCWTF moment of the year. It's been a rough one. It's been a crazy one. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
That will be our deciding factor. We all have something else we want to say. So,
what What we got any other categories, Ty?
I have one more category.
Mhm.
All right, I'm very hyped for this.
So we're going to argue about it a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, even better.
Who was the podcaster of the year? Ty, Mark, Greg. Who wins?
Well,
Okay.
I think all you have to do is go back to our conversation about the best joke.
Mhm.
I was like 80% of them.
Right.
So, obviously, we all know what the answer is. It's Mark.
Yep. Right.
Good job, buddy.
If you want to be a dancing clown,
Yep.
you know, dance for our audience.
Yeah.
Here's a little jingly keys.
I love keys.
There you go.
Look, I'm
Perfect.
dancing in my brain right now.
That's right.
It's a brain dance.
You guys are going to hate me for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark's my answer too.
Yeah, man, I'm ready to-
I thought this was going to be a hot discussion.
Yep.
Turns out we all know the truth.
No, hold up though, guys.
However, let me point out,
Yeah.
attendance game,
Yeah. You killed me.
I won like all of them.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So,
I was really pissed
right,
off.
by literally the only metric we have for this, it should be me.
Yeah.
Well,
because I
technically,
won. I actually won.
If we're going by that, I mean, I always know what the attendance game is.
Oh shit, you're 100%.
Yeah,
you
right,
get all,
yeah,
you
you
get both
always go.
showcases.
Never was I more mad
God.
though for the Baltimore one.
Damn
I can't
it.
believe that.
Oh, I fucking nailed
By like
that.
what? Well, how close was he? By like
60.
100. Yeah,
It
60.
was, I think, 63.
That was ridiculous. And I know you used to live there, but still.
Yeah, but I mean, I was there once.
Listen,
It's not like I counted everybody while I was
there's
watching
a fall
Event
brawl.
Sevenfold.
There's a fall brawl that happens in Buffalo. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so I got some time on that one. But you know what? I didn't vote. You guys were
I'm
nice enough to vote for me. I'm gonna also vote for me. So I just think that that's appropriate. Ah, slap! Gotcha.
Oh, no, Greg's the right answer.
Yeah.
It was
Swerve
me the whole
the-
time.
Damn.
Swerve, the correct answer is Cash.
Yes, that's right.
Yay.
Cash.
No, fuck Cash. He was such a douche tonight. I'm retracting his winning.
Cash
He's
was-
actually been kind of a dickhead whenever we're here.
He's pretty
What?
much bouncing.
Well, maybe he's reflecting your personality.
He
Just
does
saying.
like elbows.
All right, he's not a dick to me. He's,
Yeah.
he's a lovely human being to me.
Human being?
Oh, no, he's not.
What? Your dogs aren't people?
No.
Shit.
My cats are people.
Oh.
Annoying people.
Are they people who live on the floor?
Yes. So normal
Hey,
people.
he tries to eat my elbow and hump it. So,
What?
I mean, I can call him...
Just
You
like
have
people.
a seductive elbow.
Yeah.
All right, you're lucky I'm
Oh,
not humping
Jesus
it
Christ.
right
Don't
now.
look
Oh
at
my God, put it away.
Don't even look. Don't
Put
even
it away.
look.
I can't handle it.
No, he's a good dog. I love him.
All right,
Cash is
fine.
awesome.
Cash wins.
Yep.
Uh,
Cash wins. Yeah, let's give it a cash.
We got any other topics, or is it?
We do. We do have... We got... I mean, if you guys want to do another 15 minutes, we can talk about the upcoming WrestleMania card really quickly.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's finger blast through it.
Yeah, because I don't know anything about. I know the two matches on this card, so I want to hear what they got ready for.
So does the WWE. Two
Yep,
matches.
perfect.
They got.
WWE coming up. We last year at this time we did a precursor to WrestleMania 33. We're a little bit farther out from WrestleMania 34. Last year we had the return of Goldberg.
Okay. Yep.
This year for WrestleMania 34, what we know so far,
Pop off your shirt.
no
No,
Goldberg,
Daddy.
no Goldberg in the matches.
Yeah.
As far as we know, he might come back.
I think he's like real retired now.
Yeah.
He needed like a one more thing.
They'll trot him out for like a Legends thing or something like that, but he's not going to wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
First thing we have is the Women's Battle Royale.
No longer the Moolah
Oh,
one.
thank God.
Formerly the fabulous Moolah Battle
That was
Royale.
crazy.
That was nuts. Did you guys know about that? I don't think we ever talked about
I
that
didn't
in
know
the
that
podcast.
fabulous Moolah pimped out her wrestlers.
Yeah.
No,
It's worse.
she's the absolute.
She
She's
is
the downtown.
a disgusting human.
Crazy.
But here's the thing: Vince loves her, like absolutely adores her because
Oh, yeah.
his dad did. His dad worked with her, and she basically gave her all these women, obviously on the cheap because of what she was doing.
Right.
So he's always loyal to people who was loyal to his dad. So in his mind, that was not a problem. Like it's Moolah. She's loved by everybody.
She had a fun time in the Attitude Era when she was
Yeah.
hanging out with Mae Young.
Remember when the Dudleys powerbombed her and
No,
May?
that was Mae Young.
Like, he still attacked. They still attacked. Yeah. It's like, that was great. People love her. What's that? Forced lesbianism? People ignore that.
Addicting someone to drugs?
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Yeah, so, fuck that.
Yeah,
fuck
so
her.
fuck that.
Horrible person.
All right,
yeah.
the
So it's
Battle
just-
Royale.
It's just the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale.
So everybody who's not, like, there's two women's matches later,
Yep.
right? And okay, so everybody who's not in that, I assume, is in this?
Yep. So who do you guys think is going to take this one? Could it be Bayley's time to shine?
Nope.
No.
Could Becky Lynch finally win something?
Absolutely
Nope.
not.
Someone
Not
from
even
NXT?
Nope.
Nope. Is Nia Jackson this?
Wait.
Nope, she's...
Okay, so,
Let's talk NXT.
yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes, and the NXT person's gonna win it.
No.
Yeah.
Peyton Royce?
Probably Ember Moon.
Oh, yeah, you know what, that's actually...
So they have been using the Andre the Giant Battle Royale thing to promote new talent.
Mm-hmm.
Baron Corbin won, and then he either was just on the main roster or immediately brought up to the main roster afterwards. Mojo won, and then they gave Mojo a big push after that.
And then they gave Mojo one, and then they talked about how great of a friends he is with Gronk.
With Gronk, yeah.
for
That's a
6
positive
months.
thing.
There's
Bring
been
Gronk
2 under the Giants or 3?
Three.
Who won the
Cesaro.
first?
Oh, Cesaro, Big Show.
Cesaro won.
So Big Show, Cesaro.
All right, Big Show doesn't
So
count.
Oh, so 4 then.
They're 4, yeah.
4.
3 of the 4 they've used to promote people
Yeah.
in a way. Like Cesaro got a push after that
Mhm.
too. Whoever wins this, it's not going to be your Nia Jax's or your dancing booty lady
Naomi.
It's not going to be any of them.
No Mickey
No.
James.
It's going to be somebody coming up. It's going to be one of the Riot squads, or I suspect Ember Moon is probably the right answer. She's gonna win it, and then they're gonna call her up immediately.
I do know
That's
she's wrestling the night before, because they always do the NXT event too, and I
Yeah.
do know she's wrestling Shayna Baszler, who I love. I
Yeah.
do watch a little bit of NXT, and it'd be interesting if Baszler beats her for the title, and then Ember moves up the next day, and then
that is exactly.
yeah,
what
okay,
I see
I'll buy
happening.
that. I'll
Yeah.
buy that.
Next up on the list, we've got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale,
Just anybody.
which means absolutely nothing anymore because they ruined it with Mojo and his Gronk spot last year. Who cares?
Okay, who's kind of the same idea? Who's an up and comer that's kind of new to?
What about that Nakamura guy?
Yeah, that Shinsuke dude.
Um,
You know who I could see be a surprise entrant and win that?
Who?
Samoa Joe, back from injury.
You know what,
I
Samoa Joe
that's a
could be-
great answer.
Or you know what? Maybe they do like an Atami thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Sure. No, that's all too good. Who sucks?
Who's middling and
repeat
horrible?
Mojo.
Mojo
Yeah.
back to back.
They just have Gronk come in and win.
Are
it.
there still 2 ascensions?
Depending on the time stream.
Um,
Yes.
Rusev wins.
Oh, you know what?
That's good.
That's a great one
That's a
too.
good one.
Rusev,
You know what,
Day,
Rusev-
Rusev Day is super duper hot right now. He
Yeah.
doesn't have a match, and they need to. I think they want to push him, and this is their way to do it.
They
Yeah.
should. They do. That's actually a great.
He definitely
call, right?
moves merchandise, so that's
Yeah.
a good. Usually, that's
Yeah.
sometimes it's on the pre-show. If it is on the pre-show, that's a good way to get everybody hyped.
Yeah,
Is
for
have
sure.
Rusev Day.
For
Yeah,
sure.
So. Okay.
Pre-show match, Cruiserweight Championship, Cedric Alexander versus to be determined.
Pass.
I don't know who either. Cedric who?
Cedric Alexander. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Raw Tag Team Championship match, DeBar taking on Braun Strowman.
That's it.
That's it by himself.
Braun Strowman won a shot at the tag team titles by himself.
Oh, I like
last
that.
Raw.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's good. Oh, Strowman.
I hope
Strowman
so,
winning the
man.
tag team titles by himself. That's really because the Bar at this point they're good
Right.
hands, but they don't. There's nothing. They don't
Whoever
bring
they
anything.
were fighting, I didn't expect them to win.
Right. Yeah.
But boy, that is juicy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
All right.
You say.
That
Little
is.
bit, a little bit WCW-ish. We've seen a little bit of
But
that,
it's great.
yeah.
It leads to so many storylines, and it just makes Braun more and more of a monster.
And it
Oh,
fits
yeah.
the character well, where he doesn't have any friends because nobody, like, people are kind of scared of him. I like that. I like that.
I love
And those
this
three
match.
guys
Good
can
job.
put on a fantastic match, I feel.
Yep. Good
Let's
stuff.
see, what else we got here? Oh, the IC Championship, teardrop emoji. The Miz, cheer champion, taking on Rollins and Balor.
This should be good.
It's
Yeah.
going to be awesome. Miz is going to lose, though.
Miz is definitely gonna
Miz
lose.
is gonna lose. Probably.
No, he'll lose. They won't. Yeah.
This is for the record, right? Basically, like longest IC champ.
No, I'm pretty sure he's broken that at this point. Like,
Is-
Miz has been IC champ for...
Oh, most IC championships, you mean?
No, longest. Like held it the longest.
No, like Honky Tonk held it for like years.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it is most. Okay. No, all right. He cut a promo on Raw this week. I actually oddly watched it, where I thought that was his point, was that he's wrestling to break the record, whatever record.
You can't break a record for retentions, I don't think.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
So it's probably like the most. I don't know.
Maybe I misheard it.
Yeah.
I was at work. Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah.
I would love for the Miz to win. They've been real good to him, though. Like,
Yeah.
he is their John Cena right now. Like, they send him out to Sports Center and not USA, Good Morning America.
Yeah.
Like, he's their full-time wrestler that they send places. I think they want him to have a belt.
This is awesome. I want him to have the belt. I mean, I would love to see them like making a big singles push. I mean, I guess Rollins and Baylor don't need the IC belt. The
Yeah,
Miz-
I don't know where they go with either of them winning it. They're both main event guys.
Yeah.
And they need them in the main event. I think the Miz retains. I think it makes the most sense, which means he won't. Baylor wins.
I think Baylor wins, and I think the reason the Miz loses will come up later.
Who are the club fighting? Are they in a match?
Probably not.
You can look at your phone and tell me.
So.
No, they're probably in the Battle Royal, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no SmackDown Tag Championship or anything on this.
Miz wins. If the club was wrestling somebody, I could see them winning and Baylor winning to like do a unified club thing.
That'd be huge.
But if the club's not wrestling, then that's not going to happen. So I say the Miz retains.
Once again, the WrestleMania card is not fully set. This is just the
prelims.
The prelims.
Yeah.
Like this is what's supposed to be going on. There's a handful of stuff we know is happening. Regardless of whether or not the Miz wins, he's going to go down in history as one of the greatest IC champs. Probably
Which is
since
so crazy. I mean, I'm thrilled to say it, but
yeah.
even as recent as 5 years ago, if you had said that, people would have been like, "Really, the Miz?" Yep. Sure.
One thing I rewatched it. I forgot where it was posted, but when the Miz it was in the main event at WrestleMania, and they had this really hyped video of him like sitting in front of a bank of TVs.
WrestleMania 17.
Yeah. Well, you're sitting in front of
20.
Yeah, but
20. Shit.
20 shit.
20 shit.
I don't remember what it was, but he's in front of a bank of TVs and he's watching all the clips of him in the real world, and it's from the back. And people were laughing at him, and you have like interviews with fans like making fun of him, the Miz, and like he's doing all this goofy stuff. And then it cuts to him, he's just in the suit, and he's just like staring, and it shows him winning the title, and it's so good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really it's almost like a Lex Luthor maniacal type of thing.
It's like the second best WrestleMania promo after My Way.
So good, and I really want that Miz back, and that's why
WrestleMania 27, The Miz versus John Cena.
Yeah.
That was
and he won.
The Rock reset it, right? He's like, I'm the commission.
Yeah,
we're gonna do this again.
Yeah,
that was a bad. And the Miz girl.
Yeah. I think. Well, we'll get to it, but
so like real quick talk. That My Way promo is easily the greatest WrestleMania promo.
Oh yeah, really
it's like
good.
Genuinely emotional.
Yeah,
and it involves Limp Bizkit.
The only reason I could see the Miz not winning this would be if like his child's being born soon, and he needs to take some time off for that.
Oh, they need to get it off him because it's going to take 3 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's.
But apparently he's
relevant.
Reportedly getting set for a monster push after this.
That's why he loses.
The best thing going.
I think he loses because you got to get it off him.
All right,
to move him to better things.
Get off the Miz. Got it.
SmackDown Women's Champion. Charlotte versus Asuka.
That's going to SmackDown. I thought Asuka was on Raw.
No, Asuka came out.
She got the pick.
Oh,
she came out.
AKA, we were gonna have you win the Raw title, but now Ronda Rousey's here, so I guess you go to SmackDown.
Yeah,
gotcha. Asuka versus Flair.
Are we making Charlotte look strong?
No. Asuka wins. They're too scared to.
Carmella cashes in.
Oh, hot.
That'd be fun.
Literally, she is hot. I don't care about that.
Asuka, honestly, they don't know what to do with her other than have her keep winning. That's the only.
Right.
That's the only thing they got for her. So.
I love Asuka. I know you're not a huge fan. I'm
not a big fan.
People like her, and that's a thing. So fine.
She looks like she wears a diaper.
That is true. She's got a real dump butt.
I don't see that at all. Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax.
Who's Ronda Rousey fighting?
No, you'll get to that.
We're getting there.
I know who that one is.
Oh, I know. Yeah, okay. Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax. If Nia Jax doesn't win this, she's never ever winning.
They're gonna give it to Nia.
Fucking release her.
Yeah. They're giving it to Nia.
Send her to SmackDown. Yeah.
This is about the time. Alexa doesn't. She's good by herself with all the scheming and manipulation. She doesn't need the belt. Just give it to Nia. This will help.
Yeah,
at least give her a WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alexa Bliss is gonna have a ton of WrestleMania moments.
Nia Jax is like kind of unsafe. You know, like
she's not a great wrestler. That's for sure.
Reminds me a little bit of Luger when she's got somebody up, where it's like, I'm going down. Protect yourself. I can't do it for you!
Just announced last SmackDown. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's going to be a great match.
Just fight forever. I don't care who wins.
Why are we doing this again?
Both of you guys should be doing something else.
Why are we doing this again?
Because Shane announced it. And I think this is going to be like a Shane McMahon gets in the middle of it type thing.
Yeah. Literally, this is where he jumps off a cage?
I think we're going to... I was expecting it to be Kevin and Sami versus, like, Shane and like a Ziggler or a...
Oh, I could see that happening.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to say El Generico comes back from his Mexican orphanage that he's working at, and
No, he died.
Oh, he died? I thought he was working. I thought he was just in Mexico working.
No, the cartel killed El Generico.
I gotcha. Poor El Generico.
Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle taking on Steph and Trippers.
But come on, like, there's no way that Steph and Trippers win this one. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's got to be Ronda Rousey in her first match. They're gonna put her over like huge.
She is the worst promo since Rey Mysterio.
She's up there. She doesn't like. Is she supposed to be the big badass? Like,
she smiles too
Well,
much.
that's
or
the
she's supposed to
fucking
be
problem.
the-
They pick one. Like, I get it. You know, like, she was rowdy Ronda Rousey in UFC, but that was because she was a legitimate badass. Like, she was ruining people's lives.
Yeah.
And now she's like this. She's comes out smiling and pointing like an idiot.
Yeah.
How do you
The
fuck up
smiling
pointing?
is bad. You can't.
is she
do that.
is she supposed to be a face? I mean,
Yeah,
she's supposed to be a
Yes,
face.
she's supposed to be a face.
Then,
I
But you
watched a
can't come
highlight.
out- yeah.
I watched a highlight of when she got slapped, and then she gave her that look. I'm like, that's it, right there. Go with that. Go with that look of anger. But now she comes out and she smiles and she slaps with the hands with the fans. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know you're happy to be here. Don't do that.
Just or like again, she comes out to. I want to say Bad Reputation, but I think is it Bad Reputation? The Joan Jett song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
She comes out to Bad Reputation, which is like a rowdy, I don't give a fuck song, and I know that's what she came out in UFC, but like, show some excitement. You know, run to the ring. Like if you're gonna be rowdy, get a little rowdy.
Yeah.
She
I
just
get it, yeah,
stands there.
you can't have that composed rowdiness.
Right. Like I'm off the hinge.
Hey guys,
Hey,
I just let you guys know, I'm getting like super crazy tonight.
I'm loco. Don't mess.
Totally crazy chica over here.
Don't mess with me,
Yeah.
man.
I also saw that Triple H was like, "Oh, she'll be at the
Yeah.
next WrestleMania." I'm like, "She fucking better be." Like
Yeah,
for what
right.
you're paying her, like I assume she
Yeah.
would.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like Ronda Rousey. I am excited about the prospect of her being in WWE, but like, bitch can't cut a promo to save her goddamn life.
Yeah.
Send her back to school.
Send her NXT. That'd be fun.
She was training with them for a long time.
Was she?
Like, I know the joke you're making is put her out on NXT.
Yeah.
But like, seriously, send her back to the power plant for a few months.
Put her on Lightning. I like Baszler, by the way. I think Baszler's going to be a bigger star for the WWE in the long term. She's really good.
She's been working for a while there too.
And she's got like the whole, like her gimmick, she's got the gimmick. Remember we talked about like when you get it? She's got it. She knows her gimmick. She's always on. And that's awesome. Yeah, I like her a lot.
Oh, so what's going on? Kurt Angle. I'm so sad. Like, I love Kurt Angle. I'm so sad that they keep putting him in these, like, three-ways and duos and all this
Guys,
stuff.
I'm coming back for a match. You guys ready? Great. Yeah, go up there and make Roman look good.
Hey, go put this Roman Reigns bullshit on.
I was going to say, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that kill Greg's love of... You don't have a lot of love for modern wrestling. If Kurt Angle comes out again with the vest, which is black, I think that would kill you.
He comes out in the Ronda Rousey t-shirt.
With the vest?
with the vest, with the Roman Reigns vest over it.
I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. My neck really hurts. Tiring.
Don't powerbomb me.
Every step hurts. Ow, ow, ow.
Moving on to for the WWE World Championship, AJ Styles, the best in the fucking world, versus Nakamura, possibly the second best in the fucking world. Man, is there anybody better than AJ Styles?
No.
Dude, his...
Not now, possibly not ever.
Yeah, he's so good, which means he's going to lose. Honestly, though, you have to put the belt on Nakamura now if
Yeah,
you don't
of
want
course.
this to be a failed
Of
experiment.
course.
So you got it.
The problem is, I feel like I've not been I understand the precedent. Wrestle Kingdom 10, right, was the very famous 5-star Nakamura AJ Styles match, and it is a tremendous match. So like I get the pedigree here, but Nakamura seems so uninspired in the WWE.
I don't know, man. I think he's really, like, his match with Rusev at Fastlane, which you didn't watch, was a fucking probably 4.5-star match between two guys who had nothing going into it. Like, it was just, oh, these guys have nothing to do. Let's throw them in there. Those guys put on a fucking fantastic match.
Oh, good.
Maybe I'll go back and watch that. I won't, but maybe I'll pretend for the sake of the podcast.
Thanks.
Yeah, for you guys. I just don't think the strong style really goes over well in WWE. WWE matches are too slow, and you're not allowed to actually hit anybody, so it just looks weak. It's just all weak sauce. It's like weak sauce. I mean, Nakamura to me.
I'm gonna sound like a dickhead when I say this, but I mean, you have pretty limited experience with Nakamura in the WWE, especially recently. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't watch the whole
You're right.
lot.
I'm basing most of this off his NXT run.
But I mean,
he looked so goddamn bored in NXT.
I think his Sami Zayn match was phenomenal, and
In
some of the stuff he's
NXT?
done.
That was his debut, right?
His first match was against Sami Zayn in NXT.
That was Sami's last match in NXT
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match, and that was the last time he had to try.
And I think he's really been shining lately, especially. I
Sure.
think
I'm not
his
going to
Royal
argue that.
was good.
I can't watch this product anymore. It's all such garbage.
Yeah.
So if you tell me it's
Yeah.
good, I'm going to.
Well, here's the problem too,
word.
Ty. I mean, if you've been watching these, have they given him any promo time? Like, cause I'm tired of like him having his great matches. He needs to be on
He's
the mic
still-
more.
I mean, he's still doing his. He's still like the weirdo Japanese Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like.
But that needs to be like front and center. I can't
But he's
have him
still-
just do great,
he'll
like
still-
good match,
He'll
good
still
match, good
come
match.
like he'll come in and he'll do a little bit of promo time.
Good.
Like he did a bunch of stuff where that's why Fastlane was not a fucking surprise. They spent 4 weeks talking about it was just AJ Styles and Nakamura like, I'm gonna fight you at WrestleMania. I fight you at the WrestleMania. I'm gonna fight you at WrestleMania. I fight you at WrestleMania. Oh wait, I got this 6-pack challenge I apparently have to deal with.
Yeah. Right.
Where you could fight Baron Corbin at WrestleMania.
Oh, that's your dream right there, Greg.
I came around on the Lone Wolf.
You did. You did. You
No,
hated.
I hated
You
it.
hated the tummy to begin with.
Tiny talking tummy.
I'll watch him like destroy Dolph Ziggler for months.
Yeah.
The Ziggles. Where's Ziggles? Is he in?
He's
anything?
still
Oh, he
there.
might be in that.
He's cutting awful promos with that Art Garfunkel motherfucker.
Yeah. Last match that we know about. For the Universal Championship, Bork versus who I've dubbed the Friend Zone, because they just keep on asking you, please like me, please like me.
Hey.
I love you so much. I know you don't like me like that, but like just give me a chance. Give me a chance, and I will show you that I can be the guy with the wettest hair, and be the guy who will take you there.
Listen, guy. Listen. I'm a really nice guy.
I'm.
Here's some flowers. You know. Here's another. I'll get you more tomorrow. I'm gonna bring you flowers every day
Jeez.
this week. I mean, I'm just.
No, thank you. You fucking bitch. I'm the big dog. How dare you turn me down?
I never wanted you, slut.
Oh my god, you're every single person on the internet.
I know that was the joke. Yeah,
Oh man, you're every nice guy ever made.
yeah that's.
Fuck you, Roman Reigns, you piece of shit.
Roman's winning.
Just fucking ask
Oh yeah,
for
Roman's
it.
gonna win this.
Roman's gonna
actually, my note was fuck it. At the end of this, I did everything in low caps, no caps, and just fuck it because it's gonna be terrible.
Roman's
It's
gonna
not
win.
going to be terrible. It's going to be It's going to be a serviceable match. It's
In
Roman
ring, it's
Reigns
fine, I'm
does
sure.
fine work
Yeah.
with Brock Lesnar. He gets the shit beat out of him real good.
We don't have Seth Rollins to show up and save us this time.
Yeah, that's right.
That no joke. Seth Rollins standing on top of the ramp at WrestleMania, whatever it was, swinging the belt, is probably my all-time favorite wrestling moment.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, it is really good.
It felt so good, and like, it's one of those moments where like wrestling's all fucking fake, and we all know it, but like you could see the actual elation in his face.
Oh yeah.
He lost like 4 diamonds swinging that shit
Yeah.
around. There are actual diamonds in that thing. He was like, woo! Which is a callback to him winning the NXT belt when he did the exact same thing.
There is zero chance that Brock Lesnar wins this match.
Nope.
Yeah.
The only positive is what I was talking about earlier. I really hope at this point The Miz is ascended, because you talk about that big push to fight Roman Reigns after this. Because I think there's money in that feud.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, one of them can cut a promo, so that's positive. And Roman Reigns can stand there and say,
But the nice thing about that is The Miz would use the Miz Taraj and use other ways to attack Roman and be smart about it. And I feel
Yeah,
like,
but
well, I
then-
mean, hopefully.
Then we,
I love
then
the
we just
Miz
bring, once Dean gets back, we just bring the Shield versus the Miztourage, and then it's just,
Yeah.
it's the same shit we've seen.
hey, look,
A year
4
ago.
out of the 6 of that is good, and that's an alright ratio.
And I'll take it.
I'll buy it.
All right, everybody, thank you
Wait,
for...
whoa, we missed a match with Mr. Cena.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
That's the one I knew about. That's the
I
only one I knew
missed-
about
Is
going
there
in.
any small chance that this does not happen?
No, it's going to happen.
I missed Cena versus Taker.
Cena versus the goddamn Undertaker.
Just,
Rumors are Biker Taker. That could be interesting. The dead
No.
man's dead. Biker Taker is alive and well,
So
just like Fred Durst in new metal in the South.
We just keep on defeating Undertakers until we bring him back
Right.
until he's
Right,
Baby
you have
Taker.
to defeat
Baby
all of the
Taker.
Undertakers.
Yeah. The Bounty.
So you just
Yes, you're butterfly affecting him.
until Hogan just
it'll
like-
continue
Oh,
until,
God.
you kill,
No.
until you kill him in the womb.
Man, we get to like 8. It's gonna be weird.
Hogan just leg drops a child.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, brother. This has to happen.
Finish it.
Rest in peace, dude.
Who? Cena wins? Biker Taker wins? Who the fuck knows?
But this is like we say this every year. If this is Undertaker's last match, he loses. I don't understand what anybody has to gain here.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's the thing.
Maybe Samoa Joe shows up and murders both of them.
Perfect. There you go. Great ending.
What's going on with the Hardys or
One got arrested.
Yeah, got a Dewey.
And
which one? The
Jeff
important one?
got a Dewey. Yeah, I know.
No shit.
And now the other one. Yeah.
That is the most sure bet of all time.
I was reading like stuff on Reddit. It's like, yeah, Jeff's been good since the
horrible
Destination X or whatever.
Oh, that's gonna be a great one to get
Victory
to.
Road.
Yep.
It was like, no, he got arrested for Dewey like a week ago. You
Yeah.
idiot. It's like, oh no.
Yeah.
0.25 apparently.
That's like wow.
That's a
0.25.
lot.
Yeah, that's double.
That's how do you even start your car?
Yeah.
He's got one of those button ones.
He keeps turning it on and off and on. Hold up, I think it's doing it.
I can't
He's on the
find
fucking
my
freeway. He's like, wait.
Hold on. He's got his fucking Will-o'-the-Wisp mask on.
Can you blame his alter ego? What was his alter
Will-o'-the-Wisp.
Can you blame
Or-
Willow?
Or
Brother Nero.
No, it was Willow driving. Just sober.
Itchweed? Itchweed was in there.
Oh my
It was
god.
Itchweed for a bit.
Oh, God.
Sting's in the backseat like, somebody take the wheel. Sting, take the wheel!
Shut up, figment of my imagination.
Except that actually is a figment of his imagination.
I imagine Stings.
So is Woken Matt Hardy gonna wrestle Bray Wyatt at this thing?
No, I think not at the moment.
They're doing.
You know, they might be good
They're
picks
doing
for,
that thing this week, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're supposed to be.
The deletion
on,
thing is this week, yeah.
The
Which is,
final
at
deletion
least they
again.
got Borash back. So, like, Borash is actually there, like,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
recording it. That's pretty good.
Those guys are also, like, good picks for the Andre the Giant
Yeah,
thing, too.
Yeah.
No, Bray
Although
Wyatt's
I
not
think-
winning that. He doesn't win anything.
I know.
There are
said-
two sure things in this world. Bray Wyatt doesn't win.
Becky
and
Lynch
Jeff
doesn't win?
Hardy doesn't know how to say no.
Jeff Hardy gets a Dewey. Yeah. Bray Wyatt starts a promo with,
Becky
"You
Lynch
aren't
doesn't
who
win.
you say you are, man." Every single
What?
time.
Becky Lynch is crazy hot.
I love Becky Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
For the WCWTF podcast, I've been your
Yay.
host,
Oh my god, yeah.
the man of 1,004 names, Tyrell Jericho. Find me on Twitter at 1,004 names. Check us out, ittieswithmics.com. If you like what we do, give us a rate and review. Wherever you listen to us, Google, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes. Really appreciate it. Hit us up at patreon.com/WCWTF.
Yeah, not so
Patreon.com.
easy, is it, Ty?
Patreon.com/WCWTF
Oh, Greg, you
podcast.
can't say our Patreon. I'm going to take the duties away from you.
Dude.
Patreon.com/WCWTF podcast. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube for both this podcast and Bad Movie Friday with Greg and Ty.
Yeah.
Yeah, catch that. Like it, you got chlamydia. Do you want to go? I'll go. This is Megastar Mark. You can follow me at Megastar Mark, and make sure to give us a follow at WCWTF Podcast on Twitter. Of course, we got our Lex Luger, we got our crowds of WCW, and gentlemen, Thunder is coming to the
Finally.
WWE Network.
March
Yay!
19th?
March 9th, this Tuesday, I think. This Tuesday.
Holy shit.
We're
March?
dating this, but yeah. I think it's March. I thought it was March. Or was it April?
No, I'm
No, it's March.
literally debating what month we were in.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
March.
It's March. Yeah.
Holy
So,
shit.
I can't tell you
I definitely
how
thought it was
many
February.
amazing crowds of WCW we're about to get. I mean, you're talking about, like, we go to Alabama, we go to Georgia, we go to the backwoods on Nitro. Imagine where Thunder's going to be. Oh, it's going to be like middle of Florida. I'm so excited. Give us a follow. You don't want to miss this.
I am Killer Greg. You can find me at KillerGreg17 on Twitter. I saw Annihilation again, so expect a video on Good Movie Wednesdays. That'll probably be out this week. That's all I got. Do I have more?
We also stream every Tuesday on twitch.tv/idiots with mics.
I thought you already said that. That's why I didn't say it. I'm sorry.
I like the stream stuff to you.
I appreciate that, and I fucked it up.
You want to try it again?
Not so easy, is it, Greg?
No, it's super easy. I just got to remember. That's the hard part. If you want to watch us stream, we stream every Tuesday from 1-ish till 5-ish.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, www.twitch.com/idiotswithmics. Super easy.
Twitch.tv.
What?
Twitch.tv. Twitch.com.
I thought it was twitch.com again.
It's twitch.tv.
Oh my god, it's so hard.
.sv for Soviet Union. Yeah.
Look, I don't give a alright, whatever. This bit is going on for too long. Just search us. Just search.
You'll
it,
find
man.
You'll find us. You'll find us.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell
Absolutely.
your friends. Tell your loved ones. Tell everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube,
Tell your mistresses.
hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you're watching us on Twitch right now, follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Please do it. Join us next time.
Yes.
Well, we start season 4.
Oh, shit.
Otherwise known as the Russo era. It is here, gentlemen.
Does it actually start on next week?
No. It starts. It starts in I think Fall Brawl or something like that.
Yeah.
But we are in the era. This block
it's
is
happening.
Russo.
This year we see David Arquette as WCW champion.
Spoilers.
It's gonna be good.
Awesome.
If you like Judy Bagwell and you like her on a pole, this is the year for you.
A literal pole. This isn't like a metaphorical dick pole.
That's actually a forklift.
Right.
Less of a literal pole, more of a metaphorical pole. But
A
still
heavy
not
machinery pole.
Still not a dick pole, which was the original joke that has now been ruined.
Strap yourselves in this year, guys.
Look, I'm just.
Until next time,
flipping this
thank
off.
you guys so
We're
much
done.
for listening. We will catch you next time.